Good morning, Macon, Georgia, Middle Georgia, and everyone else around the world through the World Wide Web. This is the Morning Roast live from the Nut House for Thursday, October 17, 2013. We're here.
Throwback Thursday.
We're here with Earth Ed and yours truly, DB, aka Derek.
Good morning, everybody.
Yes.
Wow. A lot going on, folks. Guess what?
What?
The government is open.
Yes.
Open for business.
Thank you very much. That's very good.
After midnight.
After midnight.
And they want to act like they're fucking heroes, too.
Yeah, I know.
Motherfuckers.
Well, yeah, it's easy out here when you're getting paid. Jeez, yeah, I'd be heroic as a mother too if I was making 174 grand a year.
Well, I mean, the whole government institution, the way it's behaving, they keep calling the programs entitlements when in fact you've earned them. Maybe food stamp is an entitlement. Maybe I'll give them that. But everything else is really earned. I mean,
you pay taxes.
Social Security, you pay taxes for that shit.
Yeah.
Yet they label it entitlement.
Yeah.
Entitled my ass. It's an earned the money.
Yes.
Earned. All those years that you guys are paying taxes on. And for all these taxpayers, I'm a taxpayer, you're so proud of it. But yet you bitch and moan about the fact that maybe there's a good setup for you after you retire. And you paid out how much money. I was paying in New York. I was paying on average $375. I mentioned this before on the show. $375 a week.
Jeez.
They were killing my check. All right, I was making $1,000, but shit, that's a lot of money. I used to goof around with my ex-wife and say, "Look, honey, this is what I used to make at one time. Not net. The other one, gross,
yeah. $375 a week.
$375.
I mean, just for
every week.
That's basically all my utilities and internet.
And this is going back before 2005, folks. I'm not talking about last year. I'm talking before 2005, before I became disabled. I'm paying. All right, I was making $1,000 a week. But geez, man, they were killing me. $375, folks, in New York City. And that's not talking about all the other incidental bullshit taxes that they're talking about.
Yeah.
That was just income tax. Then you still got you got to pay for your disability. If you get hurt, what is it? Workman's comp.
Yeah, workman's comp. Yeah.
And then there's some other bullshit taxes that they throw in there. It seems like they all making money, and then they have the money in their hands that belongs to the people, and then they say, "Well, we're fighting for the good of the people." And you pump it in the military to go murder a bunch of hoo-has in Lidsville over there in the Middle East. I'm serious. I mean, what do they do with the money? The military, no problem. Look at the bullshit that they did when they closed down the government. They're accusing each other of closing up, the national monuments and this and that. You miserable bastards! You're the ones that did it, and then you go around, turn around, and make it seem like your hands were not on it, that your fingerprints weren't on it. We're getting screwed over once again. American people.
Are you surprised?
No, not really.
Surprised.
Yeah. Good morning, Norchak.
Hello, guten Tag.
Thank you. I like my cap too. What about my shirt? Look at this. This is that what's his face?
Mario Brothers.
Mario
Yeah.
and Yogi.
Super Mario Brothers, yes.
And Yogi, I guess.
I got my throwback shirt, throwback
What
Thursday.
you got?
I got the Fubu version of Fat Albert and the Cosby Kid.
Oh, no shit. Look at that. Hey, Derek, that
Thursday
looks
today.
like you. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
And I'm
you
wearing
picked
mine.
Fat Albert.
My shirt
Saying I'm
from the
fat,
50s.
right?
I didn't say that. You said that. Anyway,
I got Dumb Donald, Mushmouth, Bill, Rudy, Weird Harold, and Bucky.
look at that. It's a great shirt. I like the color and everything.
Yeah, we did the music and fun, and then we got Carol. We better do something before we're done. Blah, 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 blah.
What's the other one that talks with the big lips? The guy with the big lips, him. Do him.
That's better. That's too dumb, man. That's too dumb.
And this is the bus about my baby.
Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding.
It looks like half the guys that live in Macon.
Ding, 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 ding. What does the fox say? Ding, 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 ding.
You know, I realized something about that Fox video. That shit is a big hit, but I never saw it. That little ding, 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 ding line has been used.
I got the Gangnam version.
Mm-hmm.
You do? Well, let's bring that up. We got the Gangnam version. Gang 'em up. Speaking of gang 'em up, Obama signed a bill last night.
Mm-hmm.
So the government is officially opened. And people are now having to go to work. Now, isn't that a bitch? Everybody's thinking they're going to have a long weekend. And all of a sudden, it's like, you get the call, go back to work.
Get back to work. Oh,
And
you don't
after
get paid.
midnight last night. So you had to get your ass up early this morning and drag yourself to work.
With no check.
With no check.
To push your pen around all day long.
Mm-hmm.
And roll around on your chair.
Yeah.
Freaking believable. Anyway, President Barack Obama signed the bill that ends the 16-day partial government shutdown. They started calling it partial government. You notice that?
Yeah.
It went from a government shutdown to a partial government because all these scumbag Republicans started throwing up bills saying, oh, we're going to pay the military. We're going to pay, because those are the people that kiss our ass.
Yeah.
Those are the people that love us. All those.
They were the only people in government that was actually getting paid.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to cut off their checks. Oh, no, but they'll cut off your checks.
And they got pissed off at the guy for throwing up gates around monuments and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what the hell do you want? You're not going to have anybody. And knowing these people, these Walmart people that we have in America, all these fat Walmart people, they're going to show up in those monuments and trip over something and crack their head open. These people are so stupid. You got to have guards around. They'll be tripping. They're playing with their cameras. They don't even look where they're walking. They bump into you like a bunch of morons, like they do in Walmart. So of course they're going to have them gated up. Why not? Half of them are coming in wheelchairs. Oh, what, are you going to wheel a guy around in a park with a bunch of stairs? Next thing you know, he goes flying off a cliff over there.
Yay!
You don't know.
Score one.
Yeah. Anyway, so weeks of bitter political fighting gave way to a frenzied night in Washington as Congress passed a bill that would prevent the country from crashing into a debt ceiling. Lawmakers worked precariously close to the midnight debt ceiling deadline amid warnings the government could run out of money to pay its bills if it didn't raise the debt ceiling. So there you have it. Yosemite Park already is resuming operations as of Wednesday night. And Director Sylvia Matthews Burrell, whoever she is, said employees should check with the Office of Management's website for updates. So you may or may not be working today, but it looks like everybody is.
Mm-hmm.
So we basically avoided. But you know what? Did we ever really avoid a shutdown?
Yes
when you
and
think
no,
about it,
in a way.
we didn't avoid a shutdown. But did we ever avoid a terrible crash with the debt ceiling? Yes and no, because it still has an effect on our credit rating.
Mm-hmm.
It's still going to show, and it showed everybody, including the Chinese, who are laughing in a corner,
And they're the ones
making fun of us.
Yeah, because they're the ones we're paying the bills for. Because that's what we owe. That's
Yeah.
what
Wait, I got ATT is right. They've never shut down any national parks or monuments in the government shutdown.
Yeah.
They did it this time, and there's a lot of people saying they did it to teach us a lesson. We learned a lesson.
Yeah, but guess who's
No,
going
no,
to guess
no
who's going
problem.
guess who's going to have the last laugh? We are, because we're going to remember these schmucks next November in
It's
the
funny
midterm
because everybody
elections.
says that, and then when it comes around, little Megan, it's the same old.
Wow.
Well, that's making.
By the way,
Come on,
I
man.
agree with you, ATT.
Same way all over the world, man.
I
Yeah, but
agree with
they
you.
they need to get a post-it note. Okay, let's see, Speaker Boehner, all these AOs who did this thing. Okay, he did this. He said this. He didn't want to write down this.
Look,
sit down this, sit down
they
that.
are pissed off because they lost. All right, they lost. That's it. Losers. We got a bunch of losers in Congress right now. All those Republican scumbags, they lost. They lost. You know why they lost? Because they didn't have a shot in hell to begin with. They started this whole nonsense. Thinking that, everybody hates Obamacare. Not everybody hates Obamacare. And let me just say this. Obamacare is not a perfect science. I was not too impressed with Obamacare myself. However, it's better than a big fat frickin' zero that people have been getting. And this is all in cahoots with the insurance company. What do you think the insurance company did? You're going to put us out of business, you son of a bitch, blah, blah, blah. We can't offer our $1,000 a month insurance policy anymore. And by the way, where we put limits on people and we don't pay. We don't pay the hospitals on time. Now, I have Blue Cross Blue Shield of New York. Screw the one in Georgia. The one in Georgia's got pocket change next to that one. They still paid 80%. They paid 80% of my open heart surgery. I mean, I was paying a shitload of money. It came out of my job and my ex-wife. So we buddied up on that shit. She had me covered. I had her covered. I had me covered. She had her covered. So when I went into the hospital, $850,000 bill turned out to be about $620,000 for me to be alive. Yeah.
So you're still paying for that?
I'm still paying for it. I still got all the bills. I still got all the shit every month. I get $1,000, $2,000 in bills coming in, flying in to my house. Till this day. Regarding all the medical insurance. So really, all these medical policies and all that shit, you got to pay to live. You want to live, you better pay. If you're broke, you're going to die. Period. That's the way it is right now. And as far as what happened with, as AT&T says, he says, Irv, this is the first time ever during a government shutdown they closed the open-air monument. Of course, it's the first time ever because it was a complete freaking shutdown. As opposed, and it lasted, it lasted 20, how many days?
16 days.
16 days. After 2 weeks, and not only that, if they're going to say it's a government shutdown, then the government's not working, then shut it all down. He did the right thing. You're not going to have a bunch of people walking in these monuments, bouncing around like a bunch of Walmart a-holes, and causing more. Man, look at what happened with the Lincoln Memorial. They threw green paint on it. I mean, that's all we need.
That was something else, though, man.
Yeah, that was before that.
The gun shut down.
Yeah. Well, you can't have it both ways, ATT. He says, so who won? And then he says, we both lost. Listen, nobody's a winner, you're right, in this. Nobody. But in the end, the Republicans didn't get to screw us over the way they've been doing for the last God knows how many years. The Republican agenda has always been Republic no can do. The Republican Party ought to be completely eliminated. They're a horrible party. They're a bunch of racist old white men that don't like women, don't like gays, don't like anything. They want you to live according to their European standards, like those snub-nosed that used to like to take snuff when they were old, in the old days. Remember, they walked around with the little the big, the frickin' nose. Look at Cruz. What is he? He's not even an American. That scumbag is a Canadian. And then we're going to allow him.
You sure he's Canadian?
He's from Canada. He was born in Canada and raised in the United States.
Okay.
They like to make a big deal out of the Mexicans. Well, you weren't born here, so get the hell out, but yet they got that scumbag Cruz in there? Give me a break. America's a bunch of, racist, ATT. That's what America is. Like you. You're a bunch of racists. That's all they are. This country hasn't learned anything. It took 100 years. 100 years for them to abolish slavery. I mean, you mean to tell me this country's 230 years, 130 years of bullshit they gave? You think they're going to learn overnight not to be racist? I mean, we're only, 40 years into the signing of maybe a little less than 40 years? Or a little over 40 years since they signed the Civil Rights Bill?
Well, 49 years.
Yeah, 49 years. Like
It'll be 50
we learned
years
something
next
in
year.
49 years when we didn't learn it for 130 before that shit and another 60 before that. We don't learn. We haven't learned shit. America is
you are right though. He is from Canada.
He is from Canada. Of course he is. Yeah, a miserable scumbag. Ted Cruz. He's trying to destroy America.
His dad was born and raised in Cuba and married a Canadian woman, and he came to America. Came to America.
Please, AT&T, kiss my ass. All right.
Yeah.
I sound like Pol Pot, Hugo Chavez, Cuban president. Obviously, you're a political nutcase. Why don't you just call me Adolf Hitler, you stupid ass? Yeah, you're acting like Hitler, ATT.
He was raised in Texas, Houston, Texas, in 1974. So he was 4 years. Came to America at the age of 4. So
yeah.
Kiss
my ass.
I mean, he's a sinner. It's not like he's gonna try to run for president. He can't. So I mean, Bob Hope came to America. Bob Hope was born in England. He came to New York when he was 4 years old. So
No, I never said they should be killed. I said the Republican Party should be killed. It should be out. I didn't even use the word kill. Somehow you heard that. I think you got a lot of Pol Pot in your head. Got hit with a pole. Or some pot. Maybe you have pot.
Not 40 years plus slavery, not to mention Jim Crow. Speaking of Jim Crow and slavery, there was another PBS program that I saw. That was actually the day before Superheroes. They had something talking about Black in Latin America, where Skip Gates was going through all the other.
Yes, I saw that.
Beautiful, yeah.
Do you know they had a better shot in the old over there in Guatemala and shit? That blacks are treated better there than here. Ain't that some shit? Guatemala and in El Salvador and all those places where the slaves were brought in early on. That's why they grew up in there. You think they mention them? Hell no. They don't even. They're almost like a covert nation. But yet they didn't have all the hassles that we did.
Well, they didn't have Jim Crow.
They didn't have Jim Crow.
Yeah.
We had Jim Crow.
We had Jim Crow. Yeah. Jim Croce. Yeah. Bad Leroy Brown. Yeah. It was quite an interesting thing. I mean, PBS are getting good at it, but I think Skip Gates is a little bit better in his research than they were with superheroes because they kind of tripped over certain things.
Well, just to interject, the last shutdown way back, they did the same thing.
Back when Clinton was in office.
They shut down because they had nobody to watch over. Because they didn't want vandalism. I mean, this shit got shut down, But I think it's a bunch of bullshit, and I think every one of those 435 motherfuckers in there better hit the road, man, and start pounding the dirt.
Yeah.
Go work at McDonald's for a while. That special man juice.
Well, AT&T, you might as well go one letter before ATT and say ASS. You're just being an ass this morning. And, you're obviously stating you are obviously some blue-eyed, blonde guy that's never been bothered, never been hassled. You lived in a kumbaya frickin' neighborhood where every person said good morning to you like they did on the Truman Show. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Landers.
And you don't know shit, all right? So kiss my ATT, you stupid ass. Now, let's move on.
Okay.
All right? And enough. Because, I love you to death. But don't get me going this morning, because I'll just throw your ass out of here. I'm tired of it. I'm not going to get into an argument with your bullshit ideas about what America's all about when I gotta live it, and I'm probably older than you are, you fat slob. Maybe you're a skinny slob. Either way,
Just a swab. Man.
you're a slob. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you like
Irv
Rock.
loves you, man. That's just Irv's way of saying he loves you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, we got a message from Rocco too on our page.
Did we?
Oh, yeah.
What's he want?
What's it do about nothing?
He just misses.
I don't want that nutcase here. I don't want him.
He just.
I have enough shit to deal with. I got enough of a crazy ass audience to deal with. I don't need another piece of shit on here. All right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, you see, even Derek
Yeah,
agrees
you
with that.
see that I'm saying he's going to the dogs. Speaking of which,
Ah.
dogs, yes. Bibb County Commission says that the spay and neuter law is not perfect. Here's something you probably might want to check this out, DS Photo Guy. Megan's new law requiring the mandatory spay and neutering of most dogs and cats isn't sitting well with the Bibb County Commission. At Tuesday's meeting, commissioners picked a new city ordinance in advance of consolidated government next year. The law requires all animals to wear a designated tag stating that they were fixed. Owners would have a deadline to have their animal compliant. The commission requested Animal Control Director Sarah Tennant and County Attorney Virgil Adams to clean it up and bring it back. Bibb County Commissioner Lonzie Edwards says, "We know that it's not going to be perfect, but because of the deadline that we're under, we need to have something in place so that hopefully the Carl Vinson Institute can look at it, perfect it, and have something in place to aid Mrs. Tennant and her staff." Now,
I'm with it. I'm with it. I
Commission-
think there's just too many dogs running around. I got 2 of them that run around here all night.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, how are they going to enforce it? What are they going to do? Lift up the tail? Say, okay, nuts, no nuts? You can't enforce something like that, man. It's.
I mean, it's not like we can go. We
Money,
can't.
they want
It's
money.
not like we can't go TSA on them, you know, and on the dogs on time. So, hey, Fido, turn to the side and call. You know, it's not. You know, it's got to be more effective than that. The commission says that a low kill, no kill shelter is impractical to the, which I guess to a certain extent it is kind of true because we still have. I saw like 4 or 5 stray dogs walking down the street here in Newport.
Yeah, they're always around here. I got dogs coming in this subdivision, walking through the back and running in and out of here all the time. They don't belong to anybody. There was this little white one that you would think he was so cute. You know, you go out and he starts to, like, opens up his mouth like a vicious animal and starts coming at you. I mean, I think he belonged to somebody, but you couldn't go near him. He started growling at you. And he was a little shit, a little white, little furry thingamajig, whatever they call those dogs. I don't even know what they call them anymore.
Chihuahuas,
No, not a Chihuahua.
Shih Tzus.
He's some shitty dog or some Shih Tzu. Who the hell knows? Anyway, you know, that's the other thing about dogs. They breed dogs in so many different styles. It's like, are they even dogs anymore?
Like designer dogs.
Like designer dogs? Are they even
They're like they're
dogs
just trying to make.
anymore?
It's like they're trying to make like a hot fudge sundae version of what they want to have in a pet. So to
It's
speak.
like some weird human science project. Let's breed that dog with that goat. See what comes out.
Dog
I
and
mean,
a goat.
who the hell knows anymore? I don't know.
Dope.
Look at some of these dogs. Don't even look like dogs. They don't. Think about it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. By the way, AT&T, I did do that. There was one little puppy that was running around here. He's a black little puppy. I tried to catch him. Little bastard was quick. So what I did was I put some food out for him, and then I thought, well, wait a minute. If I put food out, he's going to be coming here all the time. And at the time, I already had my dog. My current dog, Axel, who, by the way, is doing great. He's finally happy.
Mm-hmm.
But I just couldn't do it.
He's
I
definitely regular, not irregular.
yeah.
If he was any more regular, he'd be unleaded. But
You're right, C-Fluck. It is impossible to be a Republican and a woman. Yeah.
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 I mean.
Anyway, That doggy, that dog law, I think it's good law. You know what? Screw you. You want to adopt a dog, you gotta have to pay the piper. Just like I did. I had to learn the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, it worked out. Thank you, God.
And
And
plus
the dog
you got
was
a baby,
already fixed. Yeah, I
Okay.
got papers. The dog has been fixed. I got his little badge. He's got it all. He's got it. He's even got his own room.
Yes.
You know.
It's just to let you know, it's going on 8:30 right now. It's 57 degrees outside of Macon, Georgia. 57 and 70, and somewhat 57 and sunny. Excuse me, for at least for now. We may have some scattered showers later today with a high of 83 and a low of 59 degrees.
There you go. And in the spirit of optimism,
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
the spirit of optimism that we have. There he is. There's my little accent. Isn't he adorable? He's got such an angelic face.
Of my nuts.
Now, that puts to shame everybody that says that pit bulls are vicious dogs. Look at that. How is that dog vicious? The cutest little thing. He's a sweetheart. He has such an innocent face when he looks at me. I just want to grab him and hug him.
So why don't you?
Yeah. In the spirit of optimism,
You don't want Axel to
I
smell
do,
like
Ed,
Newports.
I do. And you know, Ed loves my dog and all that shit, but it's real easy to go up to a dog and pet him. You know what's hard to do? Clean up his shit like I do, mop up the floors of all his piss like I do, put him out, and pay for the money to feed him. That's the real love. Fuck that going up to the dog. Oh no. Oh. Anybody can do that. The real love is right here, pal. Right here. And in the spirit of optimism, Mayor Rickett is very happy, and people started walking up to him yesterday. You know, let me just say something about Mr. Rickett. Despite it all, despite the fact that he was lousy at policing his police department, he's still a very nice guy. I always said that about him. I love Rickett. I do. I always said that. When his father died, I was right there at the funeral. I was the last guy to say, give my condolences to him. And then, of course, his mother died the next day, which was pretty sad.
Oh yeah. That's
So they had like a double whammy funeral. And I was really hurt for the mayor. I really, and still to this day, you know, I lost my mother. I haven't lost my daddy yet. He's still running around. But Rickett was very close to his father. So losing his father was a big deal for him. And I don't blame him. So, in a sense, I ran into, you know who I ran into yesterday?
Who?
I ran into Randall Savage and the WMAZ television crew, which is the big television station here in Middle Georgia, right? And I said to him, you know, all right, the race is over. I'm glad it's over. I'm glad all the drama's over. And I'm somewhat relieved that in a sense, maybe the mayor can continue moving the city forward and get it on right, finally. And so here is a story regarding that. Tuesday's runoff election for the first mayor of Macon-Bibbs Consolidated Government left the winner, Mayor Robert Rickard, exhausted and elated. He said Wednesday while the loser, I know that how the Telegraph is able to word these things. While the loser, Mayor C. Jack Ellis, is considering what to do next. I don't know. I'm writing a book that I put on hold. I thought I would have had it published by now. Whether this was the last political chapter in the book, I don't know, but I do intend to finish the book. He plans to do some traveling and speaking, and may resurrect his youth foundation and has obligations as honorary consul general for Uganda. He said, but Ellis' main focus will likely be continuing the education and anti-poverty efforts. I hope so. He had a good plan, and now I hope he just wasn't talking and not putting stuff into action.
Yeah.
I'm really committed to that in our town, he said. 4 weeks of feverish campaign brought gains for both candidates. The general election of Rickett drew 17,821 votes to Ellis's 10,852. So he got almost literally 7,000 more votes. Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
10,852 and 17,821. But there were 5 other candidates in that race. That's right. There were 5 other candidates.
Yes.
And they finally mentioned Anthony, who's
Finally.
72.99 votes to left Rickett, barely short of an absolute majority needed to avoid a runoff. So there is no runoff, but there is going to be a recount on our friend, Mr. Schlesinger.
Oh, okay.
There's going to be a
Between Mr.
recount.
Schlesinger and Mr. Fickling.
He's only got 27 votes more, so I don't blame him. I don't blame. Not that I think Fickling's gonna win, but I wouldn't. I'd be calling the same shit. That's too close. That's less than 1%.
Yeah.
And so who knows? Yeah, Fickling, Hickling. Yeah, Hickling, Fickling. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Anthony.
Boogity boogity.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're talking about the mayor. By the way, Anthony, people were in a big kumbaya moment downtown yesterday when Robert Rickett was walking around town and he had, according to the paper, the Macon Telegraph, that people were walking up to him and hugging him, and they even mentioned, young ladies were walking up and kissing him on the cheek. What the hell? Who gives a shit about that? But the Macon Telegraph made sure that they put that down in the paper.
Because he's a nice guy.
Because he's so nice. And he's nice, too. Meanwhile, you notice the commercial, and let me just say this, folks. It's so typical on how they play the race card down here.
Really?
Robert Rickett's commercial had 4 kids, I believe, 4 or 5 kids.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, he had that little token black kid that could barely even pronounce his name. Robert Rickett. You remember that? Yeah, he had to have that little black kid. And all of them were the cutest little kids. They were all cute.
Yeah.
But you would think they would get some ugly, goofy kid. Everybody has to be that cute. I mean, couldn't they find some ugly kid? There's plenty of them around here.
So in other words, it wasn't real because you basically just kids are not like the snotty nosed our gang type kids. You want something more like that. If we were able to vote, we vote for Robert Rickett.
Yeah.
That
I
type of
can
stuff.
vote. No, and then the little kids got like a crooked mouth. Robert Rickett. They can't even pronounce his name right. Even I had a hard time when I first got here. I thought it was Rickett.
It's supposed to be pronounced right.
Right, it is,
Spell.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the real pronunciation.
That's the true pronunciation.
It's like my name. They say Martinez. It's not Martinez, it's Martinez.
Well, yeah, but there's a Martinez, Georgia, so there's a
What are they?
Houston,
It's
Canada.
like Houston.
Yeah. Well, they took the name and trashed it.
And we got like Ponce de Leon. Ponce de Leon.
Ponce de Leon.
Yeah.
Right. Ponce de Leon.
Yeah, but since since we mispronounced non-English words like Martinez or instead of Martinez, or Ponce de Leon instead of Ponce de Leon.
Yeah.
Garrett Barrett.
Well, what
Well,
about
that's
Pia Neo? Whatever.
Pia Nono.
Pio Nono.
Pope Pius IX.
Yes, Pope
Yeah,
Pius
anyway.
IX. Yeah, like I remember my ignorant little ignorant social studies teacher. She couldn't even pronounce tortilla. She just said the English, pronouncing just tortilla. The Aztec people, they made food out of tortilla chips. Tortillas?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Anthony, while we were downtown yesterday, we didn't notice, but there was a crowd down there of people walking around looking to push the idea of more people living downtown. On Wednesday, the loft developers of Atlanta announced they're moving in on Poplar Street. If you remember when it was me and Chris Payne. We were walking around. They're building that inside of Poplar Street. Mm-hmm. That area that I always thought would be a nice area for like a little, businesses to be put in there. That alcove.
Yeah.
And they're actually going to make that into like a little plaza where people could walk through that area as part of the new revitalization of downtown. And they're going to have plenty of lofts. But guess what? They came from Atlanta. Mm-hmm. All of the developers are from Atlanta. Go figure. And they're planning on opening a trendy loft-style living space called the Lofts at Poplar. The building is strategically placed near Taste and See coffee shop and not far from City Hall. This is where that across the street, where Grant's Lounge is, just on the block, that red awning place that used to be Alpha Graphics. Right upstairs from that, they're going to build all these lofts. Now, my only question is, who's going to get these lofts? Because I could already smell that they're going to be giving it to people that they prefer living downtown. And guys like you and me, Anthony, are going to be shut out of this whole process. I hate to say it. I don't know what to say. I have a feeling that none of us in this room will be able to ever get an apartment down there. And to me, that would be discrimination.
Yeah. Personally, I don't want one because I already have a place to stay right now. I'm just trying to fix that up so I won't have to get an apartment. I got some leaking going on in there, so hopefully it's not from wood rot. Yeah. I mean, true. Yeah, if I did have the money, I probably would. But why bother?
Yeah, I'm sure they would. Maybe you're right, Diaz. But be honest, I think you have a better shot of moving downtown. Based on the fact that you're on TV, you're pushing a great cause with the animals and all that. They would love you. They'll lick your butt. But guys like me are not gonna be included in any of that. No matter how much money I have. Not gonna happen. I don't believe in it. I don't believe it could ever happen. That's the bottom line. I guess I'm stuck right here in the Nut House.
The Nut House.
Far away from all the mayhem anyway. I mean, living downtown is great, and I lived there, I loved it, but at the same time, it's all the same shit.
Yeah.
The only difference between downtown and here is that around here you got more stores compared to downtown.
Yeah.
I mean, where am I going to go shopping? I got to walk all the way to Bakersfield.
You go to the
that's what they need. That green place that you and I were walking past yesterday, they ought to make a supermarket there.
Yeah, at least
that's what they need.
Yeah, they at least need to bring a Publix or something,
Yeah, that would be a great Publix.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I look festive today. Yes, I do. Hydroponic. Except I'm once again. I don't know why. I guess I'm frustrated with how the government has been doing. Believe it or not, I do get affected I don't like the idea that they're playing around with people's lives the way they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
The way this country is being run is pretty pathetic.
Yes, especially those who supposedly had the power to actually do that. They were the only people in government that was actually getting a paycheck from doing it. You know, so that's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
They're screwing other people over, and we're going to shut it down.
No.
And yet, then they get paid while they're doing it.
And the politicians here in Georgia are some of the biggest scumbags around. Think about it. You had a Senator Kingston from Georgia. He's a senator from Georgia, Senator Kingston. He gets on television last night and said, I'm going to vote no. You miserable son of a bitch. Mr. Kingston, whoever the hell you are. It's the first time I ever saw your ugly ass face. He gets on television, I'm going to vote against it. You bastard. You want to destroy this country from its foundation. You know what? America doesn't need the Taliban to attack us. We're attacking each other. We're doing a great job of destroying the American way. You know, all these politicians like kryptonite on Superman.
Yeah. Exactly.
They're green, they glow, and they suck your power out. America is no longer the country of the free and the home of the brave.
Mm-hmm.
It's the home of the latchy and of the slaves. That's all it is right now. The home of the slaves. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
No, don't you think?
Yeah. Speaking of downtown, which got me to think about this one story right here. It says that council members discuss downtown revitalization and homeless meters. You haven't heard
The
about
homeless
this
meters,
one?
they're doing pretty good, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Says, as the wheels of progress toward consolidated government continues, the Community Resources and Development Committee of Macon City Council took up two important tactics earlier this week. The members heard about the quote-unquote power of change meters, which look like parking meters, but benefit the homeless, and an update on the Main Street program, whose mission is to help in the revitalization of downtown Macon. According to Main Street Macon Executive Director Michelle McKinley, both programs have been very successful. And they said that, and McKinley adds, a new publicity campaign to promote the power of change meters is also in the works. So you may be able to, you'll probably see more PSAs, more promos, commercials of these meters, probably in later parts of, probably the remaining parts of this year.
Yeah.
Especially when just before consolidation becomes official, January 1st.
All right, there you have it. Yes, I agree with. We got people commenting on everything. I got AT&T Talibaning on the Taliban. AT&T.
Dang, Ty, that's how you really feel.
You don't need to be the center of the show this morning. Why don't you just chill and open up your ears and listen instead of trying to comment on every breath I take? Anthony, when you open up many lofts, you can't fill the ones that already exist. Then you are asking for trouble. You're right, but CFLUC does mention something that's important. That could lead to lowering rents, the whole empty loft thing. That's true. And the Republicans, let me tell you something about the Republicans, all right? They're just as bad as the Taliban. They want to enforce their ideology on the people to the point that they want to ram this country into a complete, total freaking breakdown. You stupid ass. So the Taliban, to me, is like a chihuahua, and the Republican Party is like a vicious, well-trained, hateful people, okay? Compared to the Taliban. Alright? The Taliban are nothing compared to the Republicans. They're a bunch of killers. Killers. You know how many people? You know how many people are suffering because of these scumbags? And then they turn around and say, oh, well, it was the president. they think that people are stupid. They think people are stupid, but you know what? That's about the only thing they got right. Maybe they are stupid. This whole country and the Republicans have killed more Americans than the Taliban. Thank you very much, Saibuki. How many people did they send to that fake war in Iraq? They're trying to take down President Saddam Hussein. We're giving him money 1 second, and the next thing we turn around and kill him. Give me a frickin' break. Did the Taliban ever do that? Did the Taliban ever start World War I or World War II? Were they ever involved in that shit?
No, that was Archduke Francis Ferdinand.
Yeah, give me a break. All right, the Taliban is nothing. Stupid. Yeah, the Republicans are all worse than the Taliban. You're a frickin' Taliban, ATT. Yeah, you're a Taliban. They ought to give you Sharia law. Beat you with a cane, the bottom of your soul. What do you think of that? Yeah, thank you, AT&T. Love always forgives. Anyway, so moving on. We got the trendy...
Disclaimer time. The words of Irving Martinez are his and his alone and does not reflect Derek Barrett, Ed Einbinder, The Morning Roast, Mark Vaughn,
Yeah, leave that out. Ed is sitting there with his head in his hands and wondering why I'm saying half the shit I'm saying. So leave him out of it. He's innocent. By the way, I miss my laugh.
Okay. And we're done. Thank you very much.
That sounds like Anthony. Oh, when Anthony laughs, he laughs just like that. All right, go to the Real Making Film Festival page and let me know if you want to submit. Sure, why not? I'll submit. You got so mad, your face turned red. I know, my face is red.
I may have a couple of them, but I have to string them along because they're maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes long.
A minute and a half for what?
It's about short films and stuff. I may have to put them like a collection like I did last time with, the comedy collection I had.
Oh, yeah.
Film.
All right, wait a minute. The chatters are chatting away, and I don't want to leave them out making their comments here. Let me see. I forgive you the disclaimer time. Okay, somebody said that. I have a towel on my head right now. Alright, I guess nothing is important. Alright, so let's move on. DB, when are you having Mark back on?
To my Mark Vaughn or Mark who?
Mark who?
Mark Reeves.
Oh, I guess whenever he's in town, I guess. Whenever he's in town.
Yeah. He can come and sing more lousy songs.
Gee, man, you need to cut down your New Yorkness, down to Aurora.
How that happened, I don't know.
Don't be a guidance counselor.
Let me just say this: when you grow up in New York and you use the subways, and that screeching sound that the wheels make every day, it could drive you crazy. It has long-lasting effects. I hear a lot of screeching going on in my head lately. Too much screeching going on.
Sure, it's not just the gear.
People pushing each other around. Yeah. All right, festivals in Macon, if properly advertised, could bring megatourism into Macon. That would bring lots of business. You're right. And here's the thing about Macon that I have to say, no matter what anybody says, as much as we have dysfunctional politics like we don't have it in Washington, Macon has a lot of good people, good-hearted people. I always said that. Good-hearted people. All right, they're in their own camps. They have their little cliques. But, overall, Macon is a great city to live in. It's just that we're figuring ourselves out. Right, smell my finger? We're figuring ourselves out. We smell our finger, put it up in the air, and see where we go. Yeah. We're also going to have bands and music. Yeah, the Shadows Interactive Theater is the location. Wonderful. And it's going to be epic. It's not the first. You had one already. This will be the second. You're gonna double down. And anyway, so
And you know,
What
just like I said, you know, thanks, Ty. I'm glad you agree with me. Just like I said when I went to the last city council talk last time, if we're able to get the Greyhound bus station, terminal station, and the municipal airports of Macon to work together along with the hotels and have charter bus rides and charter plane flights for tourists to come to these events like the Georgia National Fair or the State Fair or even some of our film festivals like the MAGA Macon Film Festival and Ants Real Film Festival here, and not just the Cherry Blossoms, but many of our events that we have here. It could be phenomenal. It could be totally epic financially. I'm just saying.
well, you think about it. The terminal station at one time was the hub of Macon.
Mm-hmm.
That place was where the trains would come from Atlanta, and as a matter of fact, during the Civil War, Macon, Georgia, was the hub of
The Confederacy.
the Confederacy giving out for the guys to eat, and they did a lot of their transport during that time. Where of course Sherman stopped them from doing it, but Macon was at one time the place to be. Atlanta was not. Atlanta wasn't even the capital at that time. I believe Macon became the capital for a while, but so was Milledgeville was the original capital, right?
Yeah,
Milledgeville, and then it
Milledgeville.
went to Savannah.
Yeah, and then it
went
went
to
to
Atlanta.
Yeah, right around the time where General Sherman burned it down. The Union Army burned it down at the time.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, 7 Anthony's going off on his Rock and Reel show here. Real Macon Film Festival. All right, I'm glad you're working on guests.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I know. I'm talking about the Civil War, which I hate, because what's happening now is that it goes to show you the remnant's still around. This country's so bipolar right now. I mean, I'm surprised we're not going into another Civil War with what's going on. I mean, I think that's what Congress tried to avoid yesterday. Because never mind what the Civil War did in killing out so many people. If this government would have trashed itself in the garbage can, I mean, that would have been the undoing of America, I believe. I said, you know what? These guys better get their shit on point.
Mm-hmm.
America's ready to go right into the toilet with this money issue.
Yeah. Speaking of citizens, I mean, going mad. I got this story from Ed. It says that according to Britain, this is up to 30,000 people in Britain may be silent carriers for the human form of mad cow disease, according to new research that was published recently. This is the wing dang doodle of the day. That there are 30,000 people right now may carry the human form of mad cow.
Wow. Anthony, have you been waking up with feeling like you want to moo? Or feeling like you have milk in your titties or something like that?
Basically, this VCJD, this variant Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, is a human form of the fatal brain wasting disease found in cows called bovine spongiform encephalopathy, or BSE, better known as mad cow disease. So far, there's been 177 confirmed human cases in the United Kingdom, according to the study. 49 more cases have been reported in 11 other countries, according to the World Health Organization. And previous research suggests that maybe 1 in 4,000 people living in Britain were carrying the protein that causes VCJD. That says Dr. Sebastian Bradner, one of the study authors and head of the Division of Neurology at Queen's Square, which is one of the largest academic neuropathology departments in Britain. But
could you put in? You know, I hate when guys show up late and they just disrupt everything that has been going on before they got here. this I am a son of a bitch shows up out of nowhere and then starts yapping away and typing away about everything. Yeah, I'm a bitch, son of a bitch. And let me just say this, I'm going to mute your ass because you said too much already. And you just got here, you stupid ass. Why don't you be responsible and wake up on time and come on the show when the show starts instead of jumping in like you're that freaking important. You're not important. You're expendable. Come back with another name. It may be Rocco.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah. That's right. ATT, you're absolutely right. Only you can call me a son of a bitch.
Yes.
Because ATT has earned it. He's earned it. He's a moderator now.
Yeah.
You've been around.
Thanks, Sabuki, for the
Don't
pronunciation.
come on my show and start getting all over. You're making all these comments, typing away like you're ODing on your freaking typewriter.
Yeah, I count. Yeah, thank you, sir. I can always count on you to help me
Please.
enunciate better.
Go away.
Words. Yes, it's
I
great.
am
Yes.
son. I am
It's,
son. I'm son child.
Very Crutchfield Jacob.
Son
this
child,
is.
my ass.
BCJD. That's the.
Yeah, speaking of mad cow, I'm a mad cow this morning, alright? Go ahead. Oh, shit.
You ever had any bad?
That hour was like
Bad
it blew
whoppers,
by. By the way, son of a bitch, welcome.
Yes.
I am son child. Welcome.
Moo.
Yeah. Come on my show.
As
I'll
we're
be suffering from
saying,
AIDS.
It's 9 o'clock going on 9:01 a.m. One
Yeah.
and done.
I love that we can say anything and do anything on the show, but we gotta be careful because it
We
seems
don't wanna
like
scare
everybody's
away-
getting sued from Facebook.
Yeah, we don't want to get get turned down by future sponsors.
Anthony's like mooing. Alright, listen, Ant, why don't you get your ass over here? Plug your little gas and come on the show.
Yes. Because I need to finish complete writing what I need to put down to finalize my Indiegogo promo for.
You got enough time after the show. Shit, you hang out here till 5 o'clock. So you got plenty of time. You got plenty of time to do it after the show. But in any event, we're going to go on break, right, Ed? We have...
Yes, it's going on 9:02
check out the videos,
right
folks.
now. It's 57 degrees outside of Macon, Georgia, and sunny with a chance of scattered showers with a high of 83 and a low of 59. You're watching the Morning Rose live in the Nut House. We'll be right back.
And this is a video Saibuki sent me. Guess which one is Saibuki?
You think it's Bush though, but it's more responsible.
You're back.
Yes,
Here's my point.
we are back, and it is 9:11 a.m. Dun dun dun. 9:11 a.m. going on 9:12 a.m. Eastern Standard Daylight Time. Well, Eastern Time. You're watching the Morning Roast live from the Nut House with Irv, Ed, and DB. It is now 57 degrees outside of Macon, Georgia, with somewhat sunny for now, with a high of 83 and a low of 59 degrees, with a very, very short chance of showers.
Yeah, well, and that's a problem. I mean, look, it's gotten so bad with the way people think here in America that, I mean, Jay Leno, of all people, like one of the worst comedians on television, is making tons of money from that jaywalking thing where he interviews a bunch of stupid people. They don't even know who the vice president is. They don't know anything about this country.
Yeah.
The only thing they know is about iPad and iPhones and Jordan
And
sneakers.
Real Housewives.
Real Housewives, Hip Hop Atlanta, the wedding of Nene, and all this other bullshit that's on television. They know everything about that. They know everything about Miley Cyrus and her twerking. They know all of that. Irrelevant, nonsensical. It's not going to apply to you in any way, shape, or form. But yet, the people that are running this government, they don't know anything about. I bet you, even this morning, nobody even knew that scumbag Cruz was born in Canada.
Yeah.
Why is that son of a bitch in
Thanks
American
to Irving,
politics?
I didn't even know he was from Canada. If it wasn't
And
for
they're
her.
saying he may run for president. Are you out of your freaking mind? They didn't do it for Schwarzenegger. Why should they do it for this schmuck? Schwarzenegger wanted to run,
Yeah, but he's
Remember?
from Austria.
but
Plus,
he banged that maid. So that's
and
a
plus
little
he has
too late.
that. Plus he has that thick accent. So you know, like. But then again, I mean, come on, he's Republican. Of course, they want him to.
It's true.
Which is kind of
Muhammad.
weird. Which is kind of weird because the Republicans don't like Hollywood. They don't like actors. Don't like
They don't
Hollywood.
like women. They don't like black
But yeah,
people.
but guess
they don't like
what?
anybody.
But their most favorite president was an actor.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah,
figure.
I am Sunchild. You can say whatever you like.
Go figure.
Except, you have, like me, I pay for this internet. You got to pay for your own internet and put on your own show. Then you can say anything you want. But on this show, you can say anything you want, but after a while, if you annoy me, I'll knock you out. How's that? So, yeah. You could say whatever you like. By the way, Tower, they say that Chester Arthur was born in Canada and he was president. That's true. But
I don't know.
look that up. Look up. There it is. Chester A. Arthur. Where was he born?
They said he was born in Fairfield, Vermont,
He was born in Vermont.
which was just William Arthur. His father.
Good morning,
Was-
Murdoch.
His father was born in Ireland and emigrated to Lower Canada. His father was from Canada, not Chester A. Arthur. His father was from Canada.
Read the story, dummies, he
Yes.
says. And so he was born where?
He was born.
He was born in Vermont,
Fairfield,
Anthony.
Vermont. Man, you trying to pull an Obama?
Yeah, really. I mean, yeah.
Read up, man.
Born in Vermont.
See if you did
Vermont
all that
is
reading.
America.
See if you did all that reading and stop dozing off during the sports. You might learn something. Might learn something.
Good
See?
morning, Plastic Canvas is on. All right, Vermont, Canada, same thing. City Bum said.
Vermont, Canada.
Well, yeah, they do act like Canadians in Vermont. By the way, if you ever drive to Vermont, there's only one little road in that whole place.
Mm-hmm.
I got stuck on that road one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. You can't get anywhere after that unless you go through that one road. There was a big story about his father being in Canada when the birth certificate was issued. Wow, who knows?
Well, he became president because he was the vice president of James Garfield, who was assassinated in 1881. That's how he got into office.
Well, I'll find out from the National Enquirer whether that's true or not. Look up the National Enquirer and see if they got a story
I
on
don't
this.
think National Enquirer were. I don't think they had National Enquirer back in 1881.
Yeah, Vermont is a beautiful state, by the way. But I had one of my, actually he was here in Macon, Georgia. When I was living up in Lilburn, he came down and helped me move and all that. His father was from Vermont, and his father came to visit him up in Lilburn, and very Canadian-like. They, you know, Canadians are like what?
Frozen America.
Yeah.
But I'm kidding, people.
I mean, half of Saturday Night Live came from Canada.
Yeah, pretty much, yes.
You know, Mike Myers and
Dan Aykroyd and
who else?
let's see, I want
Name
to say
some
Jane
Canadians here.
Curtin. Jane Curtin. He was born in Fairfield, Vermont, according to Wikipedia.
Yeah, Anthony, you're gonna have to really prove this shit. Get on your computer, pull it up yourself. You're on a computer.
Yeah, you're on a computer. So,
Yeah,
man.
why don't
Come
you
on,
pull
man.
it up and give us a link?
Yeah,
Stop.
give me a link. Just don't come on.
Prove it.
Prove it. Prove your pink jacket.
Prove
man.
that you know suck more than Wikipedia.
Yes.
No, Ed agrees with us. Why should Ed have to do the work? Ed agrees. He ain't disagreeing with us, so you do it. Well, this guy wanted to be mayor. He won't even type up Chester Arthur.
I got a better answer for him.
Yeah,
Who fucking cares?
yeah, yeah.
This country's
That's how the roast works. All right, whatever. Anyway.
The original birther conspiracy. See, this is how this stuff
Make
started.
shit up. We do. We make shit up every fucking day.
Anthony, you're a conspiracy theorist.
Goodness.
I think the only one that beats you is Iraq.
Yeah, Cal, we got a lot of famous people from Connecticut. Hell, George Bush Jr. was born at Yale Hospital.
Yes.
Well, AT&T says American, Canadian people, like American people, we all want the best in life. Ah, so you are Canadian. But the high-ranking politicians are like ours. They are corrupt and do not give a shit about us, our common
No
folk.
shit, sure.
Welcome to America. Well,
Yes.
No, yeah, welcome to the real world.
Yes. Exactly.
Well, think about this for a second, all right? Bad company corrupts good character, right?
He lives in Alaska.
Even if it's, even in Canada, you know,
Canada, Alaska.
you've been too close to Americans for too long. You're all getting embittered and yeah.
Yeah,
By the way, there is the original birther controversy that you got up regarding Chester Arthur, right?
Yeah, it has a video.
Bring it on up. Anthony, we got something right here. Let's see what this says. Go ahead, Derek.
Okay.
This
there's a
comes
video
from
for-
Sunday Morning, CBS.
Yeah, that's where you got it from. I get yeah, whatever. And look here.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Is that a video?
Yeah, there's a video of it. It says, whatever the outcome of this election day, the question will linger. Has a man been elected to the U.S. presidency without having been born in the USA? It's a question addressed now to our Mo Roca. The rumor persists, was the president actually born in the U.S.? And if he wasn't, what does that say about President Chester Alan Arthur? It says, our 21st president, Chester Alan Arthur, was remembered as much as his outlandish facial hair as it was for his outlandish facial hair. But when Arthur became president in 1881, the whispers surrounding him were about more than his whiskers. It says Democrats claim that Arthur, a Republican, wasn't born in Vermont as he maintained, but in Canada, which according to the Constitution made him ineligible for the Oval Office. The charge was never proven, but even today there are those who say it's true. Isn't that right, Ann? Yes. Heather Dart says that Arthur was born in a modest house in the town of Bedford in French-speaking Canada, I guess in Quebec, just 15 miles north of the U.S. border. A house that is up for sale. Says that...
So is it true?
Just down the road of the village in East Quebec, Julian oversees the region's archives and the Missisquoi Historical Society. Yeah, that was basically the video. I'm gonna put the link of that.
All right, we're putting the link up, Anthony, so you can read it yourself.
Yes.
And is it true or not?
I really don't say. I'm just going what.
It's a controversy.
Yeah, it's controversial. It has never. They said it hasn't been proven.
It hasn't been proven, Anthony. So you're putting out. Well, you should read it because you know what you're saying is could just be another
Wild goose chase.
wild goose shaped propaganda, putting out rumors that don't exist. Let's get the facts straight.
Mav, you can probably play that video, Ed, if we can.
What video?
I'm not acting surprised. I just think that obviously
I'll send it to
it
you.
wasn't a big deal
Which one is it?
where it was even mentioned because there's no truth to it. It's all bullshit. It's just like they did with Obama, you know, saying that he was born in Kenya. Give me a
but his
break.
father was
More
born in Kenya.
prove it and then move on.
Yeah, his father was born in Kenya and
Yeah.
stuff. But
Yeah.
still.
Anyway, so let me see. Tell CBS Sunday Morning. Let me see.
It was months ago. Yeah, 11 months ago, almost a year ago. Yeah, almost a year ago. I mean,
Yeah, well, whatever. All right, so what else is in the news, Derek?
well, let's see. What we have here is basically Warner Robins Fire Department gets first engine returned. Basically, this is going on back in Warner Robins. This is our next door neighbor.
What's happening there?
says history lives on in the original Warner Robins Fire Department on Myrtle Street. Says today one of the first fire engines belonging to the city of Warner Robins was donated back to the department in efforts to restore Fire Station 2. Says there are plans to make the city's original fire station a museum. Fire Chief Robert Singletary hopes this museum will let the newest generation of firefighters know the history behind the department. So Singletary says that he's currently on the search for another 1959 fire truck that is identical to the one donated today and to add to the museum. So basically, they're trying to make their one of the fire stations, one of the first ones that was established in Warner Robins, they're going to try to make that into a museum. And they want to get some of the original fire trucks that were used at that time.
There you go.
Yes.
By the way, Anthony, we got a friend of yours right here. His name is Anthony is a twat. Welcome.
Jeez.
Welcome, Anthony is a twat.
He's got a fan club.
A hooker.
My wife and I started voluntary recycling in the last 6 months, and we are not tree huggers or liberals, and as you know, I am not a Republican. Guess what, ATT? When I was in New York, I used to like recycling. I really enjoyed doing it. Separating the garbage and all that shit. I had the 3 garbage cans. I had a green one, a blue one, and a gray one. The gray one was for the food and garbage, you know, the leftovers and all that. The blue one was for paper, and the green one was for bottles and cans. And it was fun. I mean, my garbage looked great when I put it out on the street. It was nice and neat. You had to have, for the bottles, you had to have what they call the blue bag, the blue clear bag, so that you would be able to see the bottles. And by the way, bottles and cans are separated. You know?
Yeah,
And you couldn't put bulbs. The bulbs had to go in with the garbage, which is kind of weird because it's made out of glass. And they made you put it in with food stuff, bulbs and that kind of stuff. But yet, bottles and cans were put in other bags. It was fun. You had to tie up your newspaper. You had to tie up your cardboard. Recycling is good. Recycling is good. Plus, it makes big business. It does big business, especially in New York. We needed it. When they closed that Great Kills on Staten Island, it was a good thing that Giuliani had instituted recycling. Koch wanted to do it, but you know, he wasn't committed to having the plants open up. He had a lot of issues with that. Well, I think it's yeah, you like recycling your toilet paper, Anthony? Go figure. I guess it's a central thing in your life, since you give the city so much shit. Just like Ellis said, the money went to clean up your garbage. Yeah. Anyway. So, let me see. We got council members are discussing the homeless meters. Obviously, I noticed yesterday, Anthony, when we were downtown, a lot of those homeless people on Poplar Street are gone. You notice that? Did you notice that? They're not there anymore. That place used to be like a fair with all these people walking around and hanging around on the benches, and I didn't see that anymore. It seems like they were all gone out of the Poplar Mart and all those places. They were all they're still there. Well, they must be there early. You know, they must be there real. Homeless Joe is still around, yeah, but he's acting a little more normal. I guess he got his ass thrown in jail one too many times. Yeah, Homeless Joe and Carol, but they're going to be around. They're like the buildings. They're going to be around forever. Yeah. Yeah, let me see. Sell the homeless to the Chinese. We need more iPhones and Apple computers. Yeah.
Oh, jeez, people y'all hating on Apple. You know.
Well, I noticed there's less people there. I noticed there's less homeless people on Poplar Street than there used to be. Believe me, I live downtown, basically. And I used to see them there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what's happened is ever since Daybreak opened up, they're all over there. They're too lazy to walk downtown now. They stay over there. Eat up all the food. You know? Yeah, anyway, they're discussing the meters, but they're also discussing something else. They
have
have a power of change meter. What is that about, Derek?
Well, basically, you put in change in these meters where I discussed this in the last hour. Basically, they got these meters out there where you just basically donate like money in these meters.
Yeah, well, we know they're meters that you got to put money in. But what does the power of change? Because I know about the homeless meter.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be going to different programs to help the homeless.
Yes.
But what the hell does the power of change one do?
That's a part of it. Those meters. Like
No,
change
that's-
isn't like
No, that's not what they said. Let me see. It says the homeless meters and the power of change meters. Members heard about the power of change meters that look like parking meters but benefits the homeless? Okay, I guess I didn't know that's what they called it. Okay, wait a minute. It says both programs, so I got to read this. Mission to revive. But benefit the homeless and an update on the Main Street program, whose mission is to help in the revitalization of downtown Macon. According to Macon Street director, both programs have been very successful. A new publicized campaign to promote the power of change meters is also in the works. I don't get it. I thought they got two meters or what?
Yeah, I mentioned it in the last hour.
Yeah, we need a roast meter. You're right.
A roast meter.
Yeah, maybe put one up downtown. Actually, I'm going to be looking out to talk to MaconBib.tv.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to talk to those guys and see if we can get a show on a local television station here in Macon, Georgia.
Okay.
I'm hoping to get that accomplished either this week or sometime early next week.
Okay. The question is, will we be able to get some sponsors?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if we need sponsors for Macon.tv. We'll get the sponsors out of that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. I used to have a show called The Scene Stealers on public access. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I really want to do. I want to try to get us on public access television. You know, maybe you can come down with us, Anthony. Help us get it. Help us get it. Wow, that is cool. Too bad they do not use that nationwide. Yeah. Well, we have public access television here in Macon, Georgia. And believe it or not, most of the time when I turn on that channel, they're repeating the same shit over and over again. The Crime Stoppers commercial, and they got, believe me, they got plenty of time to put our show on there. We'd fill in a slot that they need. And I know the guys are making television.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens. Something that I'm working on. Can I cast on public access naked? I just want to get drunk naked on the public access. Sure, why not? You got the body for it, go for it.
Yeah.
You gotta look like Anthony.
Yes.
See, Anthony had the balls to go out almost naked because he's in shape.
Yeah.
But
see,
we
I
don't
gotta
want
be a
some
little
fat
bit more,
slob on
I
television.
gotta be a little bit more in shape to wear, to wear something like that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and not wind up in the hospital
Yeah, that too.
from yeah.
Exhaustion, heat exhaustion, and dehydration.
I have a great fat body. It looks it took years for me to get this body. All right, so terrible.
Wow.
All right, so we're going back. More news. We need news. There's nothing happening. Oh,
I
by
got
the way,
some
there is
stuff.
pork in the bill. Just in case you didn't know. So much for a clean bill. The measure passed by Congress to fund the government and raise the debt ceiling also contains some goodies and gifts tucked into the 35-page bill. There's more money, a lot more, for a dam project in Ohio River, millions in cash for the Colorado flooding, and a wealthy widow of a late U.S. Senator will receive a year's pay as a death benefit. Ain't that some shit? You have to hand it to Congress that finds no bill is off limits for pork. These people are like alcoholics. They can't even resist taking a drink. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Said Republican Senator John McCain. Of course, McCain got money too, so what is he talking about? What a two-face. It shows that there are people in this body that are willing to use any occasion to get an outrageous pork barrel project done at the cost of millions and millions of dollars. It's disgusting. And here are the 5 most surprising provisions in the bill. A river project, $2.2 billion went to that river project. For Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell's home state, that scumbag, that disgusting-looking creature, that horrible alien-looking human being, if he is human.
Wow.
That piece of crap, horrible man, Mitch McConnell. All right, the flood recovery funds. All right, I'm for that, but that $450 million and $100 million to the Department of, so it's $500 million went for flood recovery. Funny, they could give $2.2 billion for some river fixing up in some state, and yet they only give $500 million for like flood recovery. You know who that is, right? That's the people.
Yes.
They get the short end of the stick. The late senator's widow gets $59 million. Frank Lautenberg's wife. Didn't that son of a bitch have a lot of money? He was a senator for like 100 years.
Yeah.
And screw that. She gets $59 million. And she foregoes $174,000. Boy, that's some real switch.
Yeah.
Oh, you can have $174,000. Give me $59 million instead. Other winners are getting a big check. There are more agencies that got big money on the bill. Agencies that fight wildfires get $636 million. Let me see. A mine safety department is getting a bump in fees. It can charge $1 million, and that it is an increase of $2.49 million. A watchdog group meant to guard Americans' right to privacy against overreach by government cyber intelligence will get $3.1 million. What kind of work are they doing? We're all exposed like a cheap whore. What are you talking about?
Like a cheap.
What protection? Where is that money going? $3.1 million to guard against our privacy. What privacy? This is bullshit. Same pay for Congress. $174,000 a year they get. $174,000 they make a year. For working, 3 hours?
Possibly.
Alright, so they work on the weekends.
The weekend.
I don't get it. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't know what to say. Donnie, what say it is not so? Politicians are getting free money off the backs of diet. That happens all the time, Donnie. That's why you ought to stick to your job as a taxi driver. You guys never pay taxes. You guys fake it all up. All those tip money, nobody does that. Nobody does that. Goes there with the tip money that you get and say, you know what? This guy gave me a $10 tip. This guy gave me... As a matter of fact, I made $700 in tips this week. You don't put that down. I know it. And what taxi driver does? What person that does tips? Really? Maybe a waitress, because you get that $3.25 an hour that's on the book, so they're gonna know.
Right.
But really, taxi drivers? Do they really pay income tax?
Thanks, Donnie. I got it.
Yeah, tax the pay, not the tips. Exactly. All that free money. Yeah.
Definitely.
It is called a gift, and you do not have to pay taxes on it. Oh, so you admit that it is a gift. It's not because of the good service that you provided. I think that's the only time in my life I ever heard a taxi driver say a tip is a gift. I thought you earned the tip. I thought it was part of showing that you gave good service.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mark. I appreciate what you told me. Yes, Detroit pulled a 7-2 win. Actually, I think it was 7-3 win over the Boston Red Sox last night on Fox.
On that note, let's go to sports. Let's bore the shit out of everybody. Here we go.
Hey, wake up, everybody. Wake up. Hey, wake up. Okay. Here we go. Now, as Mark said, there was Detroit makes a comeback and tied the series 2-2 in Game 4 of the ACLS.
Yay!
The Detroit Tigers beat the Boston Red Sox 7-3.
So who were they playing? What kind of an audience did they have? A bunch of dogs barking?
No, they didn't have a bunch
They
of
don't
dogs.
have people in Detroit anymore.
Well, they had a few.
Get rid of that team.
They had a few folks. I mean, they
Yeah.
still have some people. I mean, quite sure who have like season tickets. I mean, that's the only thing that's going good right now. Are sports teams right now, pretty much. So, like I said, the series is tied 2-2. Game 4 of the ACLS. Game 5 will be. Let me try to check it. Game 5 will be tonight at 8:07 p.m. right on Fox. So don't forget to check out Game 5 of the Boston Red Sox versus the Detroit Tigers, which in the Game 5 will be playing in Detroit. Whether or not will they have a Game 6 or 7, we'll find out in Game 5 tonight. Probably Game 6 or 7, if needed, will probably be during the weekend. Also, last night, the St. Louis Cardinals, they lost to the LA Dodgers 6-4 in Game 5. The Dodgers finally got their second game. The Cardinals still lead the series in the NLCS 3-2. Game 6 and 7. I guess this will be Game 6. Game 6 will be this weekend, I think around Friday or Saturday on TBS. TBS is showing the NLCS, Fox is playing the ALCS, and whoever plays wins between the Dodgers and the Cardinals and the Detroit Tigers and the Red Sox. The winner of those two matches, of course, they're going to play in the World Series, which you will see on Fox. Fox Network. Yeah, Fox Television. There is a Thursday night NFL game, the Seattle Seahawks versus the Arizona Cardinals, which will be 8:25 p.m. on the NFL channel. And also there's one college football game, NCAA football, the Miami, Florida, Miami Hurricanes, University of Miami.
Where is it? In Miami?
Yeah, because there's two Miamis, because there's a Miami, Ohio, and a Miami, Florida.
Yeah, and then there's Miami.
Miami, Florida. Miami Hurricanes are going to be playing against the North Carolina Tar Heels at 7:45 tonight. Check your local listings. Check if it's in your area, ESPN 1 or ESPN 2. Also, there's going to be some preseason NHL hockey is starting to go underway as well. NHL preseason hockey games. The LA Kings are going to be playing against Nashville at 8 o'clock tonight. The Edmonton Oilers versus the New York Islanders at 7 p.m. tonight. The Detroit Red Wings are going to be playing against the Colorado Avalanche. Also, Pittsburgh versus Philly at 7 p.m. Detroit and Colorado are going to be playing at 9 p.m. San Jose Sharks versus the Dallas Stars going to be playing tonight at 8:30 p.m. New Jersey Devils versus the Ottawa, whatever they are called. Yeah. And Boston Bruins versus the Florida Panthers at 7:30 tonight. Check your local listings. and your cable providers or satellite providers to see if you could get these NHL preseason games in your area. And that's pretty much all we have for sports, right?
Wow, that was quickie.
Yeah, very cool.
That was a 100-yard dash.
That was painless.
Donnie,
you.
I didn't
See?
get anything.
Nothing painless. Didn't pull out any teeth or nothing. Not talking about hockey. See, there you go. Yeah, see?
Donnie, I appreciate the story, but here's what Donnie says. Donnie says, Irv, check out the, Irvin, check your IM, and I was wondering if you touch on basically the big news. What is, and then he says how an autistic child got suspended for drawing a picture of a bomb.
Oh, yes, I do.
All right, why don't you bring that up? And we were talking autism yesterday, actually, with Anthony. Mm-hmm. We were having a very intelligent conversation at Roasted about autism.
Yes, this was in Greenfield County, South Carolina.
Yeah, go
An
ahead.
upstate mom says she will meet with school and district officials later this week after her special needs son was suspended for drawing a picture of a cartoon bomb from a video game. Can you believe that?
Well, this is just as ridiculous
The
as
wing
it was
dang doodle of the day.
where they suspended the kid because he was doing this with his finger. you
No,
know?
he bit into his Pop-Tart and made it into a gun.
Well, no, that's
Shit.
another one.
Yeah.
What about the one where the kid was doing this with his finger?
Oh, yeah, that was crazy. And the one who had a gun keychain. That was another one.
Yeah, real big news, Donnie.
Yeah, this is the
all right,
wing
go ahead.
dang doodle of the hour right now. Because we always have 3, 1 per hour in our show. And this is one for the 9 o'clock hour. Amy Parham and her son, Rhett, is autistic and goes to Hillcrest Middle School. Parham said Rhett drew a picture of a cartoon bomb from a video game he watches on YouTube called Bomberman 64. She said Rhett drew the picture at home and then took it to school and showed it to some older students. She said one of those students told school officials about the drawing and Rhett was suspended. Parham said when she got the call from school about the incident, she thought they were joking at first. She says, I'm angry, I am upset, and I'm incredulous, honestly, that a child could come in and bring a drawing that's somehow perceived as a threat, especially someone with special needs who really doesn't filter information the same way that typical children do, she said. Greenville County School spokesman said that any time a threatening comment is made is the initial step to suspend the student while the investigation is complete. Parham says she is meeting with the school and district officials this week. Can you believe this, mister? What are you going to do? So what if the person goes to get their school supplies at Target? You're going to shut down Target? How about that? I'm just saying. Because you got a Target and Bullseye, because, I mean.
Yeah, well.
See how stupid.
How are you going to
see
get
how
all those
stupidity
fat
keeps
people
running
out of
like a
Target?
street?
They love to go and buy shit and then complain when they don't have money for rent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
By the way, City Bum, yeah, I know I didn't talk about women's tennis, though, but there was some women's gymnastics championships this past Saturday where the U.S. Women's gymnastics were going against other teams, the World Championships back in Antwerp, Belgium.
Are we back to sports?
Well, yeah, it was just a quick one.
Yeah.
And I want to say congratulations to Simone Biles, who won the championship.
I'm sure they're out
individually.
there watching right now, Derek.
Well, yeah, but if you are, how you doing?
Simone Bile?
Simone Biles, yes.
B-I-L-E?
Biles.
Biles.
Bile.
Yeah,
Kind of
Simone
like
Biles.
Biles from your gallbladder.
It's like
Yeah.
something that comes out of your rear end.
Yeah, Simone
All right,
Biles.
there are
Google
no
it.
different spectrums of autism. Some are very fully functioning, I know.
But the
Yeah.
thing is, but that's just like I said with the thing with Target, because if you're going to get irritated over a drawing, I mean, why anyone is not trying to ban the Target store because it has a bullseye for a logo? I mean, how about that? I mean, is that wrong? Is that bad having
No, I don't know. Chatters, what do you think? Is that bad or wrong? Yeah. Is it wrong to have a name like Bile? Why not go change it? People are doing it all the time.
Oh my goodness.
By the way, you notice all these rappers. You notice they have all these weird names.
Well, most
No,
of them.
but you know why? They don't want you to know their real name.
Well, no, because they don't. First of all, they're trying to sound hard. I mean, you got this guy. You had this one rapper named Irv Gotti. You know, good time. Well, that one, he's not Italian, and two, they're trying to sound like they're gangster. And first of all, gangster rap is an oxymoron because real gangsters don't rap. They would have been whacked before they even cut the record in the studio. If you want to be honest.
By the way, Ray Man, you're wondering. You were born, I know, in 1962. I'm sure that's why you are flaunting that number. You're pretty much an adult already.
Yes.
And why don't you learn the lesson that you must have learned back in 1962 somewhere, or maybe 66, of just chilling out and opening up your ears and stop typing, and then you'll figure out what the show's about. Don't ask a stupid question, because nobody's going to sit here and go down a litany of explaining to you, who happen to show up all of a sudden, asking the question, what is the show about? You know what? Sit here and watch. If not, go somewhere else. Go figure out another show that you would know what it's about, so you don't ask stupid questions. Thank you. You think you're a rage man?
Oh,
I'm a rage man. And I was born in 1962, so I'm only talking to you because we're the same age. Yeah.
Yeah. I would.
Shut up, Hyco. Shut up, Anthony.
Oh my goodness! I was just all this stuff I forgot to mention in sports about Simone Biles was the individual champion in the all around.
Shit, we're still on
in the women's gymnastics world championships.
Who gives a shit? Do women
Belgium.
really care about gymnastics? Half of them can't even move in bed. Never mind jumping around on some horse. All right, go ahead.
Okay, well I don't know
Why?
about jumping. That's a whole other sport. I mean, talking about horses, talking about horseback. I mean, that's equestrian. That's a whole other different sport. I'm just talking about women's gymnastics. Okay.
I love who's talking, Michelle. I'm a sexist. It takes one to know one. You're on the other spectrum.
Get some 5-hour energy drink, man, Tyra.
Yeah, Michelle.
And get some Red Bull, man.
Go get yourself some.
It doesn't have alcohol in it. Red Bull doesn't
play
have
with your
alcohol.
broom.
I know you
play
can
with
drink
your
that.
broom.
I know you can drink that, and
Yeah.
it doesn't have no alcohol in it.
Yeah, you have
This
feelings.
little guy, I've always wanted.
Feelings.
I always wanted to bang a gypsy. You're not the only one.
Whatever.
But anyway, you're not the only
All right,
one.
so
Yes.
talk about this gymnastic thing. I'm sure
I
Michelle
already said
Stacy
it.
does this all the time.
I've already talked about it, but man, everyone's just getting ticked off about it for some reason.
She says she wants to sit on my face. All right, that will be a very interesting event.
Ew.
All right, go ahead, Derek. What about this woman gymnastics
Well,
shit?
I already said. I just
Boy, that was
said
quick.
congratulations, because I forgot to talk about it on Monday when we had sports back then.
No.
But anyway, it's it
Alright.
was just something because I didn't see any of the people from the Fierce Five, like Gabby Douglas and all her teammates and stuff. They just seemed like they had some new people. I guess they got to make it in there before they make it on the Olympic team. I guess. But aside
I
from
think
that,
we put out an Amber Alert yesterday, didn't we?
yes.
On a missing Bartow student.
Mm-hmm. Bartow County student. Yes.
She was found.
Yes.
14-year-old Amber Harrison. Isn't that funny? They put out an Amber
She
Alert.
stole the parents' car and took off.
They put out an Amber Alert, and her name was Amber.
Yeah.
I mean, literally. She was found, reported missing by her parents at 7:30 on Wednesday, and was reported to be with a 20-year-old male. What do you think they would do? Were they biting their fingernails?
No, they were doing something.
What were they doing?
Maybe
20-year-old.
20-year-old.
And she's 14.
Boy, they were doing the arcade.
He was already 6 years old when she was born, which means he was probably already masturbating. Kids start to masturbate around that age. 6, 7.
You speak from experience.
They're trying to figure out what they're doing.
Possibly, yeah.
You use your right hand or your left hand, Herb?
Yeah. Well, I'm left-handed. I'm a left-handed guy.
It says that.
But by the way, for you guys out there, just in case you didn't know, if you are a right-handed masturbator, try masturbating with your left hand, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Anyway, we know that there wasn't much masturbating going on here with this girl, but Bartow County deputies tell the news organization that Harris took a parent's Range Rover without permission and went to Dallas.
Dallas, Georgia, not Dallas,
Yeah,
Texas.
Dallas, Georgia. Okay, and picked up a 20-year-old Justin Cooley. The two were joyriding across the state and were found in Macon. Cooley is not facing charges and was released at the scene. Harrison was unharmed and is being held until her parents pick her up on Wednesday night. That was yesterday.
Yeah.
There you go. 14-year-old little girl.
She wanted to ride.
Yeah.
And what was some 20-year-old? I'm surprised this dude didn't. Well, they said he was not facing charge and released, so I guess they didn't do anything but just have a ride. Luckily.
Yeah, he was riding all right. He was riding on that little 14-year-old girl.
Wow.
Yeah, I wouldn't go for her. Oh, whatever. All right, so there you have it. Thank God she's found alive.
Thank goodness.
And now I'm sure the thing was, yeah, it deserves.
I'm glad she's been found.
Really.
Despite the joking, I'm glad she found.
With all the joking set aside, I'm glad that she's found alive. But there's still the mystery of whether they did anything more than just ride around in the car. Never know. We'll know in a couple of months when she's either pregnant or not. And I'm sure that the parents are going to do a test on her and all that. And that little boy, that 20-year-old guy, is screwed.
Oh, yes. Definitely screwed.
Never mind screwing a 14-year-old.
In more ways than one.
He's going to be screwed if they find out that, in fact, they had any kind of sex. So,
Speaking of being screwed up, more stuff going on in Florida right now. It says the state of Florida is asking for help of locating two former prison inmates that they realize should be current inmates. They were mistakenly freed from a Florida prison. Two escapees, Charles Walker and Joseph Jenkins, both 34, are considered escapees by authorities, but their prison break wasn't exactly a scene out of the Shawshank Redemption. Walker and Jenkins, both convicted murderers, separately walked out of the Franklin Correctional Institution located on Florida's Panhandle in accordance with the Department of Corrections policy and procedure, quote unquote, according to the Department of Corrections Safety Secretary Michael Cruz. It says, however, both of their releases were based on fraudulent modifications that had been made to court orders, he said. Authorities would not elaborate further, but law enforcement learned of the situation 2 days ago, when Walker, who was freed on October 8th, and Jenkins, who was freed on September 27th, are both former residents of Orlando, and the Orange County Sheriff's Office worries both may have returned. Says they committed violent crimes, Captain Angelo Nieves told CNN. Says the best thing for them is to turn themselves in. Jenkins was serving a 50-year sentence in the 1998 murder and armed robbery, and got an extra 5 years in 1997 for auto theft in 1997. He's been incarcerated since 2000, and Walker has been serving a 15-year sentence for a 1999 murder and had only been in custody since 2001. It says, while Nieves and other law enforcement search for the inmates, Cruz says that he'll be conducting a vigorous and thorough review of other such prison releases to make sure others aren't there who shouldn't be. Keep them from being accidentally set free.
Wow. All right.
Now,
Well,
how do you miss that?
remember that actor Ed Lauder?
Yeah.
He was on. Give me some background on this guy because I've seen him everywhere.
Well, I've seen him in a lot of movies. The best one that I could actually picture him, the most well-known was when he played Tom Cruise's high school football coach in the movie called All the Right Moves. Back in the early 80s, around I think 83.
But he was also on some other shit, right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, but he's best known for playing, the football coach in All the Right Moves, which came out like a little bit after Risky Business came out.
I see. Well, he died. And he was remembered as a menacing character actor.
Yes.
And let's see what it says. Ed Lauder, remembered as a menacing character actor. Lauder's work spanned 5 decades, including many roles in films and TV. His characters often interrupted plot lines, turning stories into new directions. And his name is Ed Lauter, whose long, angular face and stern bearing made him an instantly recognizable figure in scores of movies and TVs shows during a career that stretched across 5 decades. Whether he was an
irascible authority figure, a brutal thug, or conniving con man, Lauder's presence made him all but impossible to miss in any film he was in. That was so even on those occasions when he was playing a character more bumbling than menacing, although menacing was clearly his forte. He was the brutal prison guard who was Burt Reynolds' nemesis in the 1974 comedy drama version of The Longest Yard, the 1974 version, and the sleazy gas station attendant in Alfred Hitchcock's last film, The Family Plot. In Death Wish 3, he was the violent cop who teams up with Charles Bronson's vigilante to rid New York City's streets of criminals, not by incarcerating them, but by killing them. And more recently, he was the butler to the Berence Bejo's French ingenue in the 2011 Oscar-winning film The Artist.
Yeah. He described himself in a 2010 interview with Cinema Shock magazine as a turn actor, someone who shows up at some point in the film and suddenly turns the plot in a different direction.
Yes.
He credited the cast of real-life characters he grew up with observing in his native Long Beach, New York. And as inspiring many of the characters he would go on to portray.
Yes.
He was in Trouble with the Curve.
Yeah, Trouble with the Curve 2011, Clint Eastwood.
Right. He was born on the 4th of July.
With Tom
Clint
Cruise,
Eastwood.
yeah. Tom Cruise, yeah.
Tom Cruise. The New Centurions.
With George C. Scott.
My Blue Heaven.
With Steve Martin. I remember that movie.
Revenge of the Nerds 2.
And not another teenage movie among other films.
And he was in the Rockford Files, ER, The Office, Murder, She Wrote, The Longest Yard.
Yes.
Wow. He was everywhere.
He was survived by his wife, Mia, and 4 children.
There we go.
Ed Lauter was 74 years old.
There it is.
Yesterday.
Another actor gone to the grave.
He will be missed, yes.
He will be missed. I guess the movies are not going to have any more plot turns when they're going to have to figure somebody else out.
It's 10 o'clock right now. Oh, yeah, he said Ant says he was also in Magnum P.I., an episode of that.
Yeah, you're right. He was in Cujo.
Yeah, Cujo, yeah. Matter of fact,
he was in Cujo.
It's 10:01 right now, and there's 2 more hours done and 1 more to go. Stick around. We'll have some more stuff. In fact, I'm speaking of some more movies. I'm going to be talking about the Hunger Games movie that's going to be filming in Thomaston, Georgia. And stick around. Don't touch that remote or computer mouse. You're watching The Morning Roast live from the Nut House. We'll be right back.
Yeah, more rave to come.
Wow. My goodness.
The hell,
Did
man?
you see that, man? That was, but I have to admit, it was kind of, I know some of the women thought that was like kind of creepy, but you know, that was quite ingenious though. I mean, basically be able to motorboat for $20 to donate to breast cancer research and stuff.
Yeah.
Talk about ragging it up.
Anthony says easy way to get a cheap thrill.
Hey, you gotta get in where you fit in.
I mean, I don't know. The fact that women would allow that to happen, I don't know. What do you think, Derek? Do it on camera?
People have done worse. Way worse than that. Believe you me. Come on, I've worked in television for
thank you,
15
Michelle.
years.
You know, Michelle, can I ask you a question, Michelle? Are you one of those trailer trash women that live in like a trailer? Because I'm just curious. The way you talk like somebody that Jack Ellis would hire. One of those crackheads. Yeah. I'm just asking. She is. Really, a fat 54-year-old man in Topeka. Hydroponic loves it when I go off on Michelle.
Oh, my
He's such a big fan of her.
I like
She
what
has
you
no
said.
teeth. She said, oh, well. There is a Muslim version of that booby face thingy there. Women show ankle. Real.
Women show ankle. And Tara says now all they need to do is do a fundraiser for ovarian cancer.
Hey, Zappa, is that a picture of you? Zappa? Is that you or is that, Michelle? All right. Well, anyway, Michelle is a Vorpalbite. Maybe, yeah. I forgot that name. That's been gone now for a while, no?
Yeah.
I think maybe Rave Man was Vorpalbite. And he left. I guess I put him down too much. He couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle it. He can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah, he
I was
can't
trying to
handle.
find
He
that.
can't handle my ranting and raving. Some people can't
Oh,
handle
yes.
it,
Yeah.
right, Anthony? Some people can't handle the fact that if you're fat and overweight, we don't walk around saying, "Oh, you're pudgy." You know, we say you're a big fat slob and you're overweight.
Big fat slob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, John can't take abuse at all. His real name is John Rave Man. Rave Man is really John. Yeah. Well, by the way, ATT. Okay. To his defense, living in a trailer does not make a person trash. Not pissing in the yard does. I live in a trailer, pee in the yard when I am drunk, but I always have a spare room for those I need.
Yes.
Huh?
Okay.
Whatever. All right, Norchak is over there. Yes, because Norchak has, or she, or he, or whatever, has their own show.
Wow.
And I'm grateful to Norchak. They gave us, Norchak is the one that built our new Morning Roast logo here on top of the screens that you see with me drinking coffee.
Yeah.
And Derek, and then Ed's little head that he...
Added in.
But, and I like it. I like it. I like it very much. It worked out perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we help each other, Shaq. We help each other out on the show. We always get people to give us some shit. Except money.
Yes.
Nobody gives us any money.
Yeah, that's true. I was speaking of movies. I wanted to play the video that they had of that Anthony's project he was doing called Bee Sting.
Yeah, let's talk about Bee Sting and let's talk about the Real Making Film Festival, which is coming up very soon. And I'm excited to hear that Anthony has got 7 movies already submitted or about to be submitted.
Mm-hmm.
I know. You don't be so, whatever.
Oh yeah, if it's possible, you can play that Bee Sting crowdfund video.
It's your project because you're the one that makes sure that it happens. If it wasn't for you, there'd be no Real Making Film Festival. Let's be honest. Who would give a shit? But because you're part of it, and I'm gonna be a part of it. Hell yeah! I can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
I was given almost like the heave ho out of the Making Film Festival.
You ready?
They don't want me a part of it, so screw them. I got another one. I
Yeah.
got Anthony's,
Matter
and
of
that's
fact,
the real deal,
Yeah,
baby.
it has a video, I guess. Doug on
And
Chris
our brother
Payne.
Payne, that was great.
Chris bringing the
great.
pain.
Hey, that was a little snippet,
Yeah.
of what's about to give.
Yeah, he's as Ant said, they're going through Indiegogo to get the movie funded. So if you want to donate it, go to the site or just go to the Facebook page of Bee Sting and see if you want to donate that way. Donate it through there. I'm still trying to finalize my for my Indiegogo proposal to complete my movie Eat Chips and Die, which is based on the shooting death of Sammy Junebug
Davis,
Davis Jr.
Junebug Davis. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, the real trailer will be completely different, but that was pretty good. Actually, that guy with the wig and the mustache in the beginning looks like Anthony. Where'd you get that guy from? He looks like you, Anthony. I had to do a double take in order to realize that it wasn't you. I didn't know that there were. Well, there's a guy what's his name? Andre. What the guy that did the what's his name? Your friend over there that we went up to Atlanta for.
Michelangelo?
Michelangelo. There's
Okay.
one guy in Michelangelo's films that looks just like Anthony.
Yeah.
Except
yeah. Oh
he's a
yeah,
little
Ryan Healy. Ryan Healy.
Except that he's a little bit more chunkier than just a slight than
Just a
Anthony
slight.
is.
Yeah, and he's bald white guy, and he's really fun. I think it would be really cool if you two actually played brothers on screen. It would be hilarious.
Yeah, you guys
It'd
would
be
be
hilarious.
great together, and he looks
Yeah.
just like you, Ann. But David Solin, like Soul N or Sulin, like Suelin. Yeah. Now, how do you pronounce it? Yeah, the two Anthony possibility for May and boggle the mind. Yeah, pay me and I will do it. Well, there you go. Michelangelo does pay his actors, doesn't he?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does because he.
I mean, he charges. Yes, Solon. Okay, so his name is David Solon, and he is your soulmate, Anthony. He looks just like you. He does.
Mm-hmm.
He's as tall as you. He's got the right physique. The only difference is that he's got a bigger nose than you. I noticed that. And his hair is black.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I said, man, if you can, please contact Michelangelo to see if you can get Single in the ATL2 to play in your Real Film Festival. Unfortunately, didn't get. He submitted it over at MAGA Film Festival for this year, but it didn't play. I guess they turned it down on the last minute. But definitely, if you can, please contact Michelangelo to get his film to play in your film festival. I'm guarantee you will not be sorry. That film is hilarious.
Which one is that?
Single in ATL2.
Yeah, that is a funny movie. And here's the thing, though. The guy that looks like Anthony in that film, I can see Anthony doing his character for sure.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he doesn't seem as strong-willed as Anthony. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but he just doesn't seem like something that Anthony could perform in the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the hell that means. Like I know anything. All right, Tara wrote me and said MAGA might want to sponsor the Real Making Film Festival. That would be
That'd
tremendous.
be really good. Very good.
Let's see what happens.
Definitely.
I mean, I always said it was a great idea to have both of them going on at once so that people have a choice. They either go to the very expensive one or they can go to the one that you put on, which you're going to be charging this year. But well, let's see. When I got back to him, he said he was going to bring it up at the next MAGA meeting. I don't believe it will happen. You never know, Anthony. In the spirit of reconciliation, I think everybody's trying to get this thing, the city together. And they know that scumbags like you and me that have big mouths and make a big scene out of everything might as well have a hand in the till. I mean, why not? I mean, I'm playing a low profile right now, trying to just get the political mantra off my chest. So I'm really trying to avoid any news-making events. But in any case, I need to start going downtown. Yeah, we won't stop. Exactly. I need to start making more headway going downtown, but we need more businesses to hang around with. I mean, I love Roasted, I really do. But God, we need new place to hang out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
your,
yes.
your mother's a whole low profile. Yeah. Sneaker thinker.
Yeah, you're
Thank
low
you, Muhammad.
profile.
No help for Megan in the long term. No new industry or jobs in the future. No, that's not true. AT&T, that's not true. Megan is trying to make a headway.
Yeah, we're trying to make it what the whole state is really.
I mean, the fact that Anthony is putting on the Real Macon Film Festival this year, he didn't put it on last year, but he's going to put it on this year, is exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
Definitely, no doubt about it. Matter of fact, speaking of more films, like I said, Upson County's town of Thomaston, which is not too far from Macon, is hosting Hollywood as production nearly wraps on a major motion picture. It says entertainment company Lionsgate and Thomaston Upson County Chamber of Commerce can't confirm the name, but townspeople tell WJXA, the people who gave the story out, that the film is the third installment to the popular movie trilogy, The Hunger Games. The film is being shot in Martha Hills, a textile company that closed more than a decade ago and has been abandoned ever since. However, the broken windows and dilapidated buildings seem to be the right fit for the film, which takes place in a post-apocalyptic nation of Panama in North America. Says for it to be filmed somewhere like this is just crazy, said Hunger Games enthusiast Kaylee Smiley said. Smiley is a fan of the books and the movie. She lives in Thomaston all her life and never expected for Hollywood to be in her backyard. She says it's crazy because you never think your town is cool enough to have something like that filmed here. And setup for the movie began in September, and filming began this month at the mill. It is only location in Thompson is the only location in Thomaston to be used, and the crew is expected to leave by Friday, and the film and other locations in the state of Georgia, which is cool.
Wow. Well, that's great. I love that DS photo guy. By the way, DS, do you have another video of any dog we can throw up? But DS photo guy is a brilliant guy, brilliant photographer. What's he take pictures of? Afterbirth, brains that were spilled out by a gunshot, dead bodies.
The CSI photographer.
Yeah, the CSI photographer. And from that, he goes to the doghouse. And he's a great sponsor and supporter of animal rights, especially dogs' rights, and he does a lot for the city of Macon in adoption. Mm-hmm. And yeah, you're a Spix man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You currently have no forces. Okay. Well, he's a good man and his lady is a good woman. Absolutely. It's just like, and that's the thing, that Macon has hope because it has guys like DS Photo Guy and his lady, Lacey. And
I see her pit smart every once in a
she's
while.
incredible. They're both incredible human beings. We are blessed to have him. Anthony, for all intents and purposes, I mean, people hate him and all that, but he is like a truth teller, and that's a problem that they have around. They can't handle the truth. Can't handle it. Yeah. Yeah. But DS Photo Guy is the man. Oh, here's another one. Just like Urak. Urak's another one.
Yes.
Urak's another great, and his father's got a reputation for meeting the moon.
Yeah.
The guy's incredible. His father was a sweetheart. And his son, Diaz called me up. Check this out, folks. Urak calls me up. Urak knows that I have been needing a refrigerator for a long time. Mm-hmm. Because my refrigerator was about the size of a computer.
Yeah, about this big, yeah.
Yeah, that's small.
Yeah. Really small.
And Urak calls me up and says, hey man, I got a refrigerator that my friend is giving away. Do you need it? Now, of course, I just finished getting my new refrigerator and stove last week. So, But the thought that this man is thinking about somebody else, thinking about me, really makes me feel like I'm loved. And especially now, when I don't have family here in Macon, Georgia. But my family is Iraq. My family is Diaz. My family is Ant. My family is Derek. My family is Ed. My family is Axel. Yeah, they're my family. They take care of me. Well, at least they try. You know, am I right?
Right.
I mean, look, folks, family, mother, father, sister, brother, and times could be just a title. My sister said that one time. Our family's just a title. Just a title. I don't know. What do you think, Derek?
You might. Well, that's true because you can't pick your family, but you can pick your friends, and that becomes your secondary family.
Yeah. The family is the village people. By the way, somebody was saying that we should do a video of the village people.
Yeah. Now, which one is the cop? Which one is which one is the construction worker and the biker and the
I'm the Indian.
the soldier?
I'm the only one close to it.
My family is the mafia.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, AT&T said. Yeah. AT&T said. Yeah. Yeah, my family is just a sledge.
My family's just a sledge. We have. No, I don't. I seriously doubt that your family's the mafia, and because they would have whacked you a long time ago.
Just a
Especially with that pink jacket. Oh yeah, they would have. Oh my goodness.
Oh, by the way, now my father knocked the front part off. We found a hole in the lead in the wall in the house and several cans of spray, and I think we got them killed. Yeah, you're talking about those hornets that were in your house, or whatever that was. Yeah, thank you, Urag. We do rock, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Well, like Anthony described me as the pebble that David used to sink in the head of Goliath. I'm a little pebble that sank, and that Ed is the slingshot.
Yes.
Ed is the slingshot. Something
Kind of
like that.
remind me what the late actor Rudy Ray Moore said when he was talking trash about when he was saying he was Dolomite. Dolomite is my name, and rap and tapping is my game. I'm the man who gave the rock to David when he slain the giant Goliath.
Shut up, Michelle.
And whipped Nero's ass for setting Rome on fire.
Well, I'm more like a kidney stone, she said. Yeah, stuck in that little hole, you can't pee it out. Yeah.
A kidney Dang, what's next? You gonna call him an aneurysm or something?
Yeah, his testicles are the rubber pullback, yeah. The scrotum, the scrotum time. Oh, by the way, the nut house, right? What kind of nut are you?
I want to see what the Brazil nut.
No, okay, you're a Brazilian nut.
Yeah.
I would say
This is dark and.
I'm a peanut, and Ed's a nutsack.
I was gonna say cashew, but yeah, okay. Yeah.
He's an apple nut. Yeah, exactly. Dolomite is on.
Yes.
Welcome, Dolomite.
Thank you very much. All right, how you doing? An Afronut. Does that actually exist? Is that actually true? A real?
Is that even a real peanut?
Is that an actual nut?
Afronut? I never heard of that. Yeah, IGD, what do you care? Anyway, so what else? Derek, we got, speaking of nuts.
Yes, it's 10:31 a.m. right now. 10:31 in the morning Eastern Time in Macon, Georgia. It's going on 57 degrees outside. Actually, excuse me, it's 60 degrees outside in Macon, Georgia, with a high of 83 and a low of 59.
Well, there's a new treatment program going on that's going to help. It's going to help people that are addicts. as part of the River Edge Behavioral Health Center. And it's brought on by the Okmulgee. I didn't even know there was an Okmulgee Judicial Court or Circuit, whatever that is. According to the Okmulgee Judicial Circuit Judge Philip Spivey, the court aims to keep kids with parents recovering from addiction instead of pulling them back to foster care. That's good. The state of Georgia granted $66,430 to the program. Addiction, even if you get the right treatment, there is going to be relapses. That's normal. Spivey said it takes longer sometimes to get control of the addiction than we have under the Adoption of Safe Families Act to achieve permanency for these kids. We have only 15 months to do that. There are currently 11 families participating in the program. Spivey added the program needs care packages for families and other donations. To learn how you can help, call the program coordinator, Jenna Wilkes at 478-445-7060. Again, 478-445-7060. If you want to give to these new treatment programs that are going to help families stay together, please do so. We always try to bring some good public service awareness. Yeah. With that said, I love that music. It's so angelic. It's so barrier-free.
Yes. Barrier-free, yes.
It can just allow you to float. Today's Our Daily Bread happens to be barrier-free love. Barrier-free love. In other words, unconditional love.
Yes.
I would say that. For October 17, 2013, boy, this month is flying by. Written by Dennis Fisher. Not long ago, I heard the distressed chirping of a bird coming from the side of my neighbor's house. I discovered that a nest of baby birds was inside a vent covered by a screen. Isn't that funny? Urex bringing up the fact that he had stuff in the walls. Here we go.
Yeah.
There's a 19th factor for you.
Right.
Placing a barrier between the mother bird who was trying to feed her hungry chicks. After I told the neighbors, they removed the screen and took the nest and the chicks to a safe place to be cared for. Few things are as heartbreaking as a barrier to love. Christ, the long-awaited Messiah of Israel, experienced a barrier to his love when his chosen people rejected him. He used a word picture of a hen and a baby chicks to describe their unwillingness to receive it. Oh, Jerusalem, Jerusalem, how I often wanted to gather your children together as a hen gathers her chicks under her wings, but you were not willing. Matthew 23, chapter 23, verse 37. Our sin is a barrier that separates us from God. Isaiah 59, verse 2. But God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. John 3:16. Jesus took care of the barrier of God's love by his sacrificial death on the cross and his resurrection. And you can read that in Romans chapter 5, verse 8 through 17, or Romans chapter 8, verse 11. Now he longs for us to experience his love and accept his gift. My heart is stirred whenever I think of Jesus, that blessed name that sets a captive free. The only name which I find salvation. No name on earth has meant so much to me. and that was written by someone named Eliasson. Through his cross, Jesus rescues and redeems. And your Bible read for today in Matthew chapter 23, verse 37. Oh, Jerusalem, Jerusalem, how I wanted to gather you, your children, together as a hen gathers her chicks under her wings. But you, my friends, were not willing.
Mm-hmm.
Be willed. Be willed into knowing that God is good. He's always with you. Whether you believe in him or not, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It's a fact. He exists. Believe me. And if you don't, he's going to love you anyway. Doesn't matter. Whether you're willing or not at this point. Doesn't matter. There you go. There you have it. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ed. It's always good to have a backup.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's 10:38 right now, Eastern Time in Macon, Georgia. It's 70 degrees and somewhat sunny, at least for right now, where there's going to be a chance of scattered showers later on this afternoon with a high of 83 degrees and a low of 59.
There you go.
Just want to let you know on the weather parts. Of course, there are some birthdays. I think there's going to be a lot of birthdays of famous people that we know, but I think you probably might know a couple of these, or at least you should. For number one, today's birthday, who was born on this day, October 17th, is Mr. Marshall Mathers, otherwise known as Mr. Slim Shady, and Eminem. Yes, Eminem, known for his first single, Slim Shady, has sold over 100 million albums worldwide. He turns 41 years old today. Alan Jackson, the country singer who debuted with Here in the Real World, had a brand new song called Chattahoochee with his hit song Chattahoochee, talking about the famous river in Atlanta. He turns 55 years old today. Grammy Award-winning country singer Alan Jackson. Max Irons, son of Jeremy Irons, who had his breakout role as Henry in Red Riding Hood 2011. He turns 28 years old. Jacob Art is best known for playing the role of Jake Perkman in Fox's hit series Glee in 2012. He turns 21. Ziggy Marley, vocal lead in the band Ziggy Marley and the Melody Makers, and favorite talented son of the late reggae legend Bob Nestor Marley. He's 45 years old today. Happy birthday, Ziggy.
One of his many kids.
Yes, yes. May Carol Jemison on September 12, 1992, 21 years ago, she became the first black woman to journey into space, black female astronaut of NASA. She is 57 years old today. Wyclef Jean, Haitian-American rapper, producer, and activist who began his music career with the hip-hop group, the Grammy-winning group, The Fugees. He turns 44 years old today. The late daredevil Evel Knievel, the motorcyclist who jumped over 50 cars at LA Coliseum, was born on this day in 1938. He died in 2007. Rita Hayworth, glamorous actress with a stare in You Were Never Lovelier, born on this day in 1918, died in 1987. She was remembered in the famous movie The Shawshank Redemption back in 1994.
Yeah.
Chris Kirkpatrick, member of the multi-platinum boy band NSYNC, who also competed in the show Gone Country 2. He turns 42 years old today. Mike Judge, creator of the legendary MTV show Beavis and Bud. Cool. And also the TV show King of the Hill animated TV series. Mike Judge, and also made the great cult movie Office Space. He's 51 years old today. Great animator. Great animator. Hope I'll be able to work with him in voiceovers. Nancy Sullivan, the Audrey Park Nichols on Drake and Josh, and also had a Nickelodeon role on The Amanda Show. She's 44 years old today. George Wendt, best known for his portrayal of the drinking guy Norm from the TV series Cheers. He turns 65 years old. Margot Kidder, who played Lois Lane alongside Christopher Reeve in the Superman movies of the late 70s, early 80s. She's 65 years old
Yeah,
today.
didn't she go nuts?
Yeah, I think for a while, yeah.
She was like homeless on the street and some wacko.
Yes, Sharon Leal, American film and television actress, best known for her roles on Boston Public, the TV daytime soap Guiding Light, and also working with Jennifer Hudson and Beyonce in the movie version of Dreamgirls. She turns 41 years old today. The late actor Howard Rollins, who was born on this day in 1950, who died in 1996. He's best known for playing the investigator Virgil Tibbs on the TV's version of In the Heat of the Night, and also in great movies playing alongside James Cagney in the movie Ragtime, and also in A Soldier's Story.
You know, I was just watching something on James Cagney, and you know, he filmed that Ragtime. By the way, I believe James Cagney was from Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah.
He also filmed in my own neighborhood, Ragtime, at the big armory there. And it was a big deal during the time when they were filming Ragtime. It was a big deal in my neighborhood. It seemed like they did more movies in Brooklyn, New York than they did here in Macon, Georgia. And they filmed a lot of films here in Macon, Georgia, am I right?
Oh yeah, they filmed.
But in Brooklyn,
yeah.
There was always something going on.
Well, of course. I mean, New York is, like I said, New York and California are the two other states that get more films in the country outside of Georgia.
By the way, you're finished with birthdays. Why don't you bring up
Well, I do have a few.
the Hall of Fame? The Hall of Fame inductees are coming up. Anthony just mentioned it, but finish up.
Yeah, I'll finish up a few. Ernie Els, professional golfer known as the Big Easy, known as one of the best players since the mid-'90s. He turns 44.
Yeah.
Mark Gatiss, English actor. You probably might like this, Sabuki. English actor who has written and acted in television series Sherlock Holmes and in Doctor Who.
Yeah, he sucked. All right, go ahead.
Okay, Rob Marshall, director of the Academy Award-winning film Chicago, he turns 53 years old. Norm Macdonald, Saturday Night Live comedian and alumnus who had his own sitcom, he turns 50 years old.
Yeah, now he's on those commercials. It seems like they're all going to commercials now. You notice that?
Oh yeah.
All the guy that just left Saturday Night Live, he's on some commercial for
What, Capital One?
no for the telephone company.
Oh, AT&T or
Yeah, one of those
Yeah, one of those. Yeah, Michael McKean, best known for his roles is in the movie Clue, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, 1987, and Coneheads in 93, and also known for playing the role of Lenny in the show Laverne and Shirley. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Bill Hudson, the sometimes actor and musician, known for his role playing in the music in the band the Hudson Brothers, the oldest of the Hudson Brothers, who was the former ex-husband of Goldie Hawn and Academy Award nominated daughter.
That sounds familiar.
Kate
The Hudson
Hudson.
Brothers.
Yeah,
What were they? A band?
Yeah, they were an actual band. They had a Saturday morning show, matter of fact. Bill Hudson, he's the ex-husband of
Is
Goldie
he
Hawn.
dead or?
No, he's still alive. He turned 64. He's the Goldie Hawn's ex-husband and the father of Kate Hudson.
No.
And also,
Yeah, I saw that, Anthony. He was a Spinal Tap. Believe me.
Yes, and one more thing, I have
Writing it, my spine is starting to hurt with you writing. He was a Spinal Tap. He was a Spinal Tap. Hear me out on Spinal Tap.
Oh,
With a break. So what?
yes, I gotta give credit for credit. I gotta
Spinal
give
Tap was a
credit.
horrible movie.
This guy right here, who inspired me back in the first grade to learn the violin, is the late great Shinichi Suzuki. He's Japanese, a violinist, teacher and violinist who created the Suzuki method of music education, which able to teach young elementary school children to learn how to play the violin as the age of 6, and early in the first grade in kindergarten. He was born on this day in 1898. He died in 1998 at the age of 100.
All right, good riddance. All right, next we got the bring this shit up that Anthony's talking about. That sounds really interesting. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees, or about to be, includes, according to Anthony,
The group Kiss.
let me see. It includes. He mentioned Hall & Oates,
Hall & Oates, yes.
Kiss,
LL Cool J,
LL Cool J,
and NWA.
yeah,
The rap group NWA from Compton, California.
yeah.
Kiss sucks balls. You hate Kiss? Diaz? Come on, man.
By the way, Carter fan, welcome to our show. Yes, I get that all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Except that Gilbert Gottfried, he's not better than I am. I think I'm funnier.
Yes, basically they're supposed to be
Yeah.
the inductees for NWA and LL Cool J are the sole hip hop nominees for this year's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony, which will be for 2014 for the 2014 ceremonies. Also, thank you for that. Remember the group Chic, who had the song "Le Freak Chic Freak Out." Yeah, they had that song. They're going to be nominated, as well as with the people that was noted, NWA and LL Cool J. Also, Peter Gabriel, formerly of the group Genesis, the Zombies, Nirvana, and Deep Purple.
Peter Gabriel, you just mentioned.
And Hall and Oates.
All right, Peter Gabriel did what song? What was his famous song?
Sledgehammer.
Which one?
Sledgehammer.
Call my name.
I still don't recognize the song.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
No, I want to hear it. What was the song?
Sledgehammer.
No.
I'll let you listen to it on
He
my...
wasn't the one that sang all by myself.
No, that's the guy who did Hungry
In Your Eyes. Okay, all right. Whatever.
Yeah, but Hall and Oates definitely should be there. That was one of my favorite groups during the 80s and stuff. Back when I was growing up.
By the way, I agree, Anthony. Nirvana sucks. Kiss sucked. I mean, I grew up watching Kiss.
Nirvana, I can understand. But Kiss?
Please, with the makeup on. I never understood that whole... And when I had my store up in Yonkers, the guy that I used to go for my deli stuff, my deli guy, they were so caught up in Kiss.
That's Sledgehammer. Remember the video? Still for talking.
Thank you, Carter fan. There you go. Eric Carmen did it. 1975. Oh, really? The chorus borrows from the song "Let's Pretend" that Carmen had recorded with the Raspberries in 1972. I think I like this guy, Carter fan. Hey, Carter, stick around. We need this kind of shit. We need education. We're all a bunch of idiots. We're all Walmart people.
Hey, speak for yourself, man.
We're all like Walmart people walking around. We don't know shit. Yeah. LOM, don't get it, so it must be wrong. Exactly. That's the way we hang out around here. If I don't get it, it don't make no sense.
Yes. Three words, yes.
Rocco's got a message for you, Irving. On your
Yeah, he knows his music.
He said, Rocco says, you guys are all right, but that loudmouth spick from Brooklyn has got to go.
Rocco, go to hell. I hope you blow up, you big fat slob. You disgusting human being, an excuse. I would have loved to see this guy in a slave camp.
Damn
Not that.
chicken eater.
Yeah. Anyway, let me see. Carter fan says I used to be a DJ. WROQ in Charlotte.
Oh, how about that? Charlotte, North Carolina. You know where it is? North Carolina, the hometown of the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, 16-time world heavyweight champion.
Woo! Yeah. Let me tell you something. That is one ugly son of a bitch, that Rocco. He is one ugly guy. Anyway, yeah, I still like him. He's still like him. There you go. Carter fan, woo.
Yeah, imitating Ric Flair.
Oh, okay.
Woo!
There you go. Do
The
your
Four Horsemen,
Do
the
your
symbol of
wrestling.
excellence. To be able to walk that island with a 10 pounds of gold. To beat a man, you gotta beat the man. And Ricky Steamboat, Harley Race, Gorilla Monsoon, whoever you are not that man. You know why? Because I'm a kiss-stealing, wheeling-dealing, limousine-riding, jet-flying son of a gun. Woo!
Could you imagine him like during the time of the 60s when Martin Luther King was talking, that Ric Flair would have went up there and nudged him on the side and said that shit? What do you think would have happened?
He would have put it, I don't even want to go there. I don't even want to go there, man.
I just thought of Martin Luther King when you were going up.
Out of all play, I thought you were going to say somewhere at the Omni or somewhere
No,
he was
no,
with
Martin
Dusty
Luther
Rhodes,
King,
American Dream. By the way, congratulations to Dusty Rhodes' sons, Cody Rhodes and Gold Dust, a.k.a. Dusty Rhodes, Dusty Runnels, for winning the tag team championships against the Shield on Monday Night Raw. I forgot to mention that on Sports Monday, but congratulations, the two grandsons of a plumber. The sons of the American Dream Dusty Rhodes, imagine in public if you will. Yes, indeed. I wine and dine with kings and queens and Saturday nights eating pork and beans. If you mess with American Dream Dusty Rhodes, you messing with some risky business, Jack.
Oh shit, we got breaking news, folks. Some asshole or assholes broke into the All About Animals rescue shelter and let all the dogs loose. Some are dead.
Uh-oh.
That is horrible.
That's some cold-blooded stuff.
You know what?
Right
Maybe
there.
that son of a bitch was watching our show. Maybe that person went out there and did this on purpose. You ever thought of that?
For what?
That is horrible.
Charles said Rickard did
No,
it.
stop, Anthony.
Oh, man. But
yeah,
I
you're
do-
doing great. We actually, Ed just put up a picture of it. Where the hell were you, Michelle?
Oh, they have details tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay.
give me details, DS. We'll bring that up as a story. That is terrible.
Something.
Yeah.
What picture did I put up?
You put up a picture of Axel,
Oh.
my dog.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But by the way, I do have some breaking news here. Some local news that just started up here. There was a wreck. Causes an oil spill on I-16 in Twiggs County. This is from Lauren Yarborough of WMAZ. Crews are cleaning up an oil spill caused by a track accident on I-16 westbound in Twiggs County. Two tractor trailers collided near mile marker 11 and spilled 100 gallons of diesel fuel at a little after 6 o'clock this morning. The right lane is blocked and the Department of Transportation expects that accident to be clear around 9:15 or later this morning. The wreck and cleanup has caused delays on I-16 West and drivers should avoid the area if possible. A Georgia State Patrol spokesman in Statesboro says that their investigators are still on the scene and no further details are available. And so far, no one has been injured. Thank goodness. So those who are driving in I-16, especially westbound, definitely be careful. Please be careful. There's an oil
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, DS put out a call. Anybody who wants to come down to help out, please do so. All About Animals is a no-kill shelter. So, let's see what happens. This is terrible news.
Yeah, Saibuki says, yeah, because the twats don't realize lots of dogs. Goodness, I was reading what he said. Imagine there was some, because the twats don't realize lots of dogs free does not mean they'll be happy dogs. That's true, because not like dogs can walk into to a Burger King and win it. Somebody, hey, give me some,
By the way, how many dogs, do we know how many dogs? This is Axel, there she is. Does anybody know,
Well, it doesn't matter.
or DS, do you know how many dogs were killed? Yeah. Yeah, who knows? I can't leave work or I'd go, I know. I'm sure you're freaking out right now. You don't know how many. We have like 80 there. Alright, so some of them were killed. Let's see if we can find this on local news. Maybe they'll give us some insight on what the hell is going on, because this is absolutely horrible.
That's horrendous. Totally horrendous.
Yeah, let's see whether I can pick it up on any of the news feeds. I don't see any so far.
Mm-hmm.
While my computer's looking up.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and get into our word origins. I'm trying to cram as much stuff as I can on the remaining minutes of this. Actually, that's our word for the day, cram. Word origin.
Yeah, we
the word
crammed
cram.
a lot of news in here.
Yes, we do. Cram, it says, it maybe had prehistoric Germanic histories. It said had a prehistoric Germanic, had a base, kram, K-R-A-M, or K-R-E-M, which denoted compression or bending. Among its descendants were Old Norse kremja, which means squeeze or pinch, German krum, K-R-U-M-M, which means crooked, source of the English krumhorn, a curved Renaissance musical instrument, and Old English kramian, C-R-A-M-M-I-A-N, an ancestor of cram, which meant press something into something else, or stuff. An extension of the base with P, kram Kramp, K-R-A-M-P or E-M-P, produced the Middle Old German and Middle Dutch Krampe, bent, one or other of which was borrowed by the Old French as crampe and passed on to English as cramp or crampon. This comes from a related source. Other products of the Germanic base were Old English crumb or crooked, or possible ancestor of crumpet, and perhaps crimp, a non-nasalized version of the base-produced Germanic crapon or hook, source of grape and grapnel. And there it is.
Hey, Anthony,
word of
can
the
you
day.
swing
Right.
around and pick me up? Just asking.
Mm-hmm.
So we can go down there and help him out. Do something.
Yeah. And by the way, since it's 10:57 now, I'll go ahead and get into this. Who said that first? Who said this particular phrase? It goes with the territory. In Arthur Miller's 1949 play *Death of a Salesman*, the lead character Willie Loman has a neighbor called Charlie. Now, Willie is not notably successful in his work, but Charlie is very successful in his. And while there is a certain level of friendship between them, there is also envy on Willie's side and compassion on Charlie's. He feels Willie would be better off in some other job, and he tells Willie's son Biff, "A salesman has the dream, boy. It comes with the territory." Lifted out of the play, the expression fitted many other situations and was used accordingly, though since 1949, popular usage has gradually turned comes into goes, as in it goes with the territory. So there you go. It goes
See,
with the
even
territory.
Saibuki knows where it is. Yeah, it's in Central Park, Iraq.
Yes.
It's downtown. It's right at the, literally.
Central City Park.
Central City Park. And,
Central Park's in New York.
Yeah, Central City, Central Park, yeah. But,
You're
yeah,
in the
101
right neighborhood.
Riverside.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, we're still talking about where these dogs were released or something like that. You know, is Central City Park, which is downtown, definitely in the middle.
all right,
of
so
downtown.
right now, what do they need? They need people, oh, thank you, Saibuki, for learning more about Macon. That's pretty
Great.
cool.
I hope I'll be able to.
I
hope
like
you do
that.
I hope you do come down and make it, man. Because I'm definitely saving enough money. I'm definitely planning on coming to England.
By the way, I just want to mention now that Saibuki's here. Saibuki's been with us now for since the beginning.
Yeah, 13 months.
And he, of course, was very gracious. He did sponsor us with sending us some books and some stuff in the past, and I love that. Along with Plastic Canvas and all these guys, they all gave to our show. Three Bears, of course. We still have Three Bears picture hanging up here. And, all these sponsors were very grateful for all you guys. People round up dogs and transport them, some to the vet. Is that what they need? Well, I don't have a car, so about the only thing I can do is round up a pet, put it in somebody's car. But if not, Anthony, try to go down there with your no gas and fumes and see what you could do. See what happens. What time did they receive or release the dogs?
Yeah, I'm just curious
He
about
just
that.
got the call.
Okay, because I saw about at least 3 to 5 of them earlier this morning on my way over here.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be some cleaning to be done. I just can't believe that somebody would do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how vicious is that?
You never know what people can do, man. I mean, they shoot over in Florida. They let go 2 convicts there.
All right,
Supposedly by
Anthony, good
accident.
luck. I hope it all works out. This is terrible news.
Mm-hmm. Definitely is.
Absolutely horrible news.
Well, we're getting it's time to wrap it up. It's 11 o'clock right now. It's 11:01. We want to thank everyone for staying tuned to our show. We want to thank you to Acid DJ Saibuki, the DS Photo Guy, here forever. Michelle Stacy, Plastic Canvas, thank you. Nical 3000, Urek Wildcat, American Dad, Ben in Ohio, Carter Fan 98. Thank you from North Carolina. Woo! DJ Azrael 1, Lager and Camp.
We got Ben in Ohio.
Marsha, oh yes, thank you. Scorpio Pio, Ben in Ohio, definitely smell my fingers. Snow Sparks, the 3 Bears, Watchdog 1, and Tara London, aka Ann, who was here just a few moments ago.
Have a great day, Yarak. Thank you so much for
And
coming.
Dinah Curry, yeah. And thank you, Yarek, and everyone else here. You know we're going to be here for Flatulent Friday for tomorrow. So on behalf of Irv and Ed, this is yours truly, DB, saying, can you smell what the roast is brewing?
Love you guys. Bye, Sabugi. Say hello to England for us.
See you, Side Boogie.